All right, Craig. Well, I'm excited about this guest and their products because I'm a big fan of this guest and their products.
I think a lot of people are big fans of this product, man. It's probably one of the hottest brands to be out there right now in 2020, man. I couldn't agree with you more.
It's been fun watching this brand blow up. It seems like every month they get bigger and bigger. And actually, spoiler alert, we've actually done a collaboration with this brand, Big Bike BMX, Etnies BMX, Craig, and we did a collab with them. So, Craig, why don't you introduce who we've got to show for the Holiday Buyers Guide today?
Oh yeah, for sure, brother. If you didn't see my background or the hat I'm wearing, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the man who started the brand itself for Broke Boys BMX founder and its chief operating and executive officer, Mr. Jacob Santos is with us tonight. Jacob, welcome to the show, bro.
What's going on, guys?
You know, man, we got the Holiday Buyers Guide here, and we're excited to see what you're ready to show us. That's going on with Broke Boys BMX, and yeah, bro, we're ready to go on this one. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think it's dope that you guys are doing something for bike life. To showcase the smaller brands. Not only the smaller brands, but the brands that are the core brands, the rider owned and, rider tested brands. And I think it's dope to give back to those brands and give the people a chance to see, what's new from those companies. And from Broke Boys, we have a lot of new stuff. I have some here, and we have a lot of new stuff dropping within the next week or so. So you guys, man, keep your eyes open because we got a lot in the works.
Before we get into your products, Jake, what's the best way for people to order this stuff to get it right away?
Either a DM on Instagram. All of our product is on the Instagram on the page. If you have any questions about anything, you could DM myself on my personal page, or you could DM the Broke Boys page. And whatever, if you're looking for a size, if you're looking for a certain shirt, a certain set of bars, you could DM me. I could send pictures. I could show availability. I know we had worked on a website, and I kind of fell off on that, but Steezy is actually building the website right now for us. So January 2021, we will have everything up and live on a website, and you'll be able to, get it from there.
Cool.
I like.
But for right now, though, they're just going to go to Instagram.
Yep, Instagram, or if you're friends with me on Facebook. I honestly like doing it without the website, man. It's a little more personal.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, dude. And it's kind of how you and I met. So it's Broke, BROKE, BOYZ, like Z, BMX on Instagram. That's how you get a hold of Jacob. That's how you get a hold of Broke Boys BMX, and that's where you're going to find these products. Jake, kick it off, man. Show us what you got.
Yeah. So one of the new things that we started doing was we have new sticker packs that we're doing. So it's 8 different Broke Boy stickers, 8 or 9, maybe 10. I don't know. My wife, Desiree, put them together. I thought it was 8, but it might be 10. We're doing different sticker packs, $10 a piece. And for every 20 sticker packs made, we got the golden ticket in the sticker pack, which I don't know if anybody has seen, but this golden ticket gets you a free hat. So if you get a random sticker pack, you get this guy in there, which these are new as well. We're not selling these. We're not giving these away. These are only going out in orders as golden tickets. So I'm pretty stoked for those to be able to get the sticker packs out there. We also have the sprockets, kind of hard to see the raw one, but we have raw in a 33 and a 36 tooth. We have black as well in a 33 and a 36 tooth. And we have the red ones in a 33 and a 36 tooth. And every order from Broke Boys comes with stickers. So you see there's a sticker in there, you get a couple extra.
That's right, pretty dope. That's pretty dope that they got the golden ticket, man. I mean, Isaac.
What's funny is I have a golden ticket, but I won't cash it in because the sticker's so dope, dude. I was like, I'm not cashing it in. So I'm keeping the sticker.
That's the beauty of it is, you don't have to send, as long as you have the ticket, show us that you have it. If you got a golden ticket, you got a free, oh, I got a sticker. And I'm like, nah, you didn't, but but I have two of the sprockets out right now, so I'll do a little hopefully the connection stays good. Here's two of the sprockets out. So we have the red, this is a red 33 tooth, and this is a black 33 tooth. And then, like I said, we have the raw as well. This is the prototype. You can see that hanging up behind Isaac. But another thing that we just dropped, which I'm pretty stoked on, let me get these out of the way. I just want to show, I don't know if you guys could really see, the teeth on this one are kind of dug up. 510 Reindeer actually rode this prototype on a fixed gear for 4 months. And that's all that, happened to the teeth. And if you know how a fixed gear works, you know that fixed gears with the chain, especially a half-link chain, you can see it's eaten up a little bit. But for 4 months on a fixed gear, we got a little bit of rounding on the teeth. And I'm pretty happy with that for just a little bit of rounding on, this guy's everyday bike. I think they're holding up pretty well.
That's dope, man. And one of the things I got to say, Jacob, is with Broke Boys BMX coming out this year, one of the hottest things that's going on with Broke Boys BMX in my mind is, one, the apparel. The drops are always continuous, always fresh new flavor out there. And then two, the bars. Everybody's got to have a set of the best bars in the BMX big world. And we're always sending them over to Broke Boys. So what's fresh, what's new, and what can you talk about right now about your apparel line, the bar line?
Fresh and new for apparel, I have two men's jackets, two youth hoodies, and a men's hoodie that I'm going to be showing you guys. But for the first one, I'm really stoked on this one. It's like a off-white khaki. The lighting in here is kind of, but it's an off-white khaki kind of color with a black Broke Boys. And then all of our windbreakers come with the handlebar logo on the back. So, that's what that guy's looking like. We have, so that's one of the new apparel drops. We also did a hunter green. And this guy has gold buttons on it, kind of hard to see, but we ran it with the gold. And this one actually looks really sick. It's got the gold handlebars on the back. So it's like this thing, Isaac has one of these. He has the full button down coach's jacket, and he knows we don't do anything on we make nice stuff. We use the thick jackets, the nice coaches ones.
Yeah, I gotta say, Isaac and I have been talking about since the beginning of when we got your apparel, the quality. Right out of the gate, the first run of shirts was just super quality, and everything has been since.
So I don't know if you guys are, I know Craig, you're familiar with Cookies. I don't know if Isaac, if you're familiar with the clothing and the cannabis company Cookies, but the Cookies does all of our screen printing. So if it's screen printed, our t-shirts, our hoodies, our sweats, it comes from Cookies right here in San Leandro. So all of our screen printed is, top of the line. And then, all of our embroidered, which this is one of the new youth hoodies. We got youth extra small through youth extra large. These are made over in Antioch by Hella Threads, who, Craig, look at your hat. We're getting the this is just a basic black with white hoodie, and then we switched it up on this one. It's like a charcoal gray hoodie with camo and camo hood and camo sleeve. So that's also a youth hoodie. We have youth windbreakers that we're actually running that are similar to the coaches jackets. Actually, they are the coaches jackets.
Jacob, I'm going to show real quick your hat, like a specific hat. So
yeah,
this is one of the Hello Threads hats. And if you look at it, it's kind of hard to see, but it actually it's white with like a pink hue on top of it. So it matches the SE. I have one of the SE Miami Ripper, jerseys, the tank top jerseys. And this hat actually matches. I know it's not really picking up because I got a bright light, but man, it's like a white with a pink hue to it. And then my wife bought the purple, the one, there you go.
So I don't have, I don't have the Miami hat here or the Atlanta hat here. But we did the LA hat, to match the LA Ripper. So this one's kind of hard to see, but it looks like a black drop shadow, but it's actually a purple drop shadow. And then we did one for the New York Ripper as well. We did one for the Atlanta, and then we did one for the Philly Ripper as well. Excuse me. But with the embroidery, I pretty much pick out, the color of the shirt, and I haven't really picked one color of anything. Hella Threads has, hey, I want this many of this. Free reign. You go for it, and I think that we've gotten some pretty dope colorways out there. The city hats, obviously, we kind of not collab, but this is what we're gonna do for those, which it was his idea. So I pride myself in the apparel that we make.
Hey Jacob, can you show me the handlebars real quick too? I want to see the bars.
Yeah.
I got to say, one of my favorite things about, if we're gonna close out the apparel, is
I got one more apparel thing to show.
And it's not
go ahead.
just the colorways, man. Isaac, it's like the designs are so dope. It's never the same. He's always coming out with some new fresh gear, fresh look.
So like
Every
like
drop
this
is
one,
different.
It is.
So we actually have a whole new drop coming for winter. It's actually this sticker right here. We have long sleeve t-shirts, regular t-shirts, hoodies, snapbacks, and dad hats, beanies, and ski masks, all with this new the graffiti print on it. But real quick before we switch over to bars, this is one of the new hoodies, charcoal gray with the black sleeves with the black broke boys, and then we restocked on the tiger camo with the red broke boys. He actually made me a one-off with a blue broke boys, and I think we might have found our new color for the tiger camo.
Dude,
Tiger, dude.
Ammo, man.
Craig, for my birthday.
It's crazy, man. Let's see. We'll start off. We'll move over to bars. We'll start off with the two-piece. This was, Craig and Isaac have both been on this bar. I think Isaac was like my second or third customer on the handlebars. I took actually, damn, perfect.
You guys, these are the only bars that I'll run on my bikes.
I took this handlebar right here. This was my first signature handlebar, and I'll put it up to it so that you could see everything was the same, but we just went up with it. So it's got the same. I kept my geometry from 10 years ago riding for Livery Design Group. Had the signature bars then, and when it was time, when my partner hit me up and wanted to run BMX parts, we've doubled those in size, and we got the there we go. We got the two-piece bars. They're 8 inches tall. They're 30 1/4 inches wide. They have 10 degrees back sweep and 5 degrees up sweep. I don't want to say that I designed a perfect handlebar, but I designed a perfect handlebar.
I agree.
There's been
I call them the perfect bars.
There's been an overwhelming consensus that everybody who owns these bars, I haven't heard one person say, I can't stand these. They're like, these are the bars. These are the bars for Big Bike BMX. I mean, hands down.
So it's funny because when I first dropped the 4-piece, I didn't even have them yet. And I sent One Way Corey a pair of 2-piece. And the first thing that he posted was, Broke Boys handlebars are cheat codes. And I think it's kind of ironic that GT Bikes dropped their 4-piece bars and called them cheat codes when I'm holding the real cheat codes right here. So this is the 4-piece handlebar. A lot of people ask, what's the difference? Which one's taller? Which one's wider? And man, these are the exact same handlebars. So if you rode the 2-piece and you liked them, but you like the 4-piece look, that is the only difference. Is they are the exact same length, the exact same height. They're the exact same handlebar, same through and through, just different faces. And I got inspiration from these from Boss, Oakland Boss. Carlo did the first pair of 4-piece bars back in the, let's say from 80 to 82. And I definitely I like the way that his look, and if you hold these up to an early pair of Boss, aside from my geometry, they look pretty similar.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hey, if you want to see a review, actually, I took, because I love these bars, when the 4-piece came available. So anytime I took the 2-piece bars off of I was changing from my Big Ripper to my PK, and I put both bars up, and you can literally watch me try and find a difference in them. It's the exact same bar. They are absolutely the most comfortable bars I've ever ridden. And if you look at it, watch whatever main bike I'm riding at the time, it has I just keep changing the 2-piece bars because I like the way they look. But man, it's literally cheat code, most comfortable thing I've ever seen. So Craig, go ahead.
No, actually was just going to ask Jacob now. So the bars we can get through Broke Boys BMX on Instagram, as well as all the other clothing. Jacob, at this, right now, since we've seen the bars, we saw the 2-piece, we saw the 4-piece. Is there anything you want to show us on the rack? Is there anything that you got left as we wrap this up with Broke Boys BMX?
Before we hit the rack, I would like to put out there that we have 2 new sizes of handlebars that are in the works. We also have 2 new sizes of the sprockets that are in the works. And I don't want to be looked at as a, just wheelie bike or big bike parts company. We have a 25 and a 27 tooth sprocket coming out on our next run. So, we're going to cater to the 20-inch. Also, on the fat rippers, the fat tire bikes, you could run the, the smaller sprockets. But on the handlebar side, we have 3.5-inch tall. So they're going to be about this tall. And they're going to be 25.5 wide, maybe 26 wide. They're going to be for little rippers. I'm doing an interview right now. They're going to be 26 wide, 3.5 tall. They're going to be for micro rippers, little rippers, the little flyers. And then we're also going to have 10-inch tall. So they're going to be same geometry as the 8-inch, but we're doing 10-inch tall. So that'll cater towards, the 20-inch side of the BMX. And I noticed a lot of the older guys that ride the taller bars. So,
and BMX kids.
Yeah. That's 25 and 27 tooth sprockets and 10-inch bars. Now we're a BMX company. It's not just big bike.
Yep. Jacob, man, I appreciate you hanging out with us. I appreciate all that you do. And what you do for bikes as a small business. It's incredible, man. I love what you're doing. I'm a big fan of your brand. Grab me one of those Santa Cruz stickers, and I'm playing, dude. I know, no. But dude, I appreciate all you do as an owner operator and as a rider owned company, always innovating, always making dope stuff for us. Make sure you get some bands.
Bands. We got the sticker packs. I'll just do a quick walkthrough. We got all the t-shirts. I know it's cold, but buy some tank tops. We have bars. We also have the screen printed hoodies, the Brocagonia, the Bazooka, the Brocagonia with the blue sky, black and white, camo, half zip windbreaker with the handlebars on the back. Oh, here, we'll show you the gold bars on the back. Yeah. And like I said, we have 13-inch embroidered sweats on the way. We have basketball shorts. We have screen printed sweats, screen printed t-shirts, embroidered t-shirts, beanies, ski masks, new hats, new dad hats. We got a lot of shit coming.
Basically, dude. Yeah.
That was my one time I cussed.
Good job. And basically anything that Jacob has today, you can text him or send him a DM tomorrow, and he will have 100 different things. It's one of the things I love about Broke Boys. It's really difficult to have the same thing as everybody else, because their inventory and their designs change because everything is so low numbered. It's like literally everything is a limited edition.
We only run, yeah, we only run, you know, except for the tiger camo and the black and white, like we only run certain colors once. So if there is a color in something that you like, I highly recommend, don't tell me I'm going to get the money for it, buy it. Because once you get the money for it, it's already sold out.
Yep. Yeah. One of the things I like, Isaac, about Broke Boys and what Jacob's doing is, like he said earlier, when you contact Broke Boys, you're going to speak to Jacob. You're going to get his attention. You're going to make your order, and that order goes from Jacob to the shipping right away.
Yep.
I mean,
so I'm gonna show you real quick what the shipping is. Babe, come here. This Sharpie right here and that girl right there, that's where all your addresses are written, and everything comes. We don't have a label maker. We don't have none of that. Everything comes handwritten from us. So you're not only talking to me, but I'm packaging and we're handwriting every address. It's like I said, a website's going to make it great. It's going to make it a lot easier, but I feel like when you order from me, it's more personal.
Heck yeah, dude. Shout out to Desi for all that she does to keep all of us, kitted. Desi's a rock star behind Jacob, and we absolutely appreciate. We're both married dudes, so like Craig and I are married guys, so we understand. Like behind us are great women, and so we appreciate the family vibe of Broke Boys. So, all right, Jacob,
you got to talk. You got to talk.
I know you guys appreciate this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember guys, we don't drop logos, we drop merch.
Yeah.
That's the difference with us and a lot of these other companies.
Love it. All right, brother. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. You have the best and the most merry of holidays. We appreciate you. Please pass a happy holidays to you, your wife, your kids, everybody that rides for Broke Boys BMX. Please pass along a lot of holiday cheer from Craig and I.
Oh, for sure. Go to bigbikebmx.com, and we are running this jersey. What did we say, until January 1st?
We're going to run it until January 1st.
And then we're dropping a new jersey.
Yep.
Word.
So go buy a jersey. You got a month to buy that jersey. So go handle that.
Yep. And I can't guarantee it's going to be there by Christmas at this point. It's so late. They're custom made. But if you buy one, get it now. Yeah. If you get one, or you're thinking about it, we're going to retire the jersey and we won't make it again. So if you want one, get it now.
Get it.
But I'll tell you right now, the new ones are going to be dope.
All right.
So right on, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. And Craig, I'll see you on Sunday.
We'll see you, brother.
Later, guys.
Right.
Take care. All right, Gregory, I'm excited about our next guest. We have our good friend, our LA correspondent, and a friend of Big Bike BMX. I like to think of maybe our sister in this, this ride of life. We have Kat from CrushedMX. Now, Craig, I'm excited because I'm a big fan of CrushedMX and Crushed Gloves. Crushed BMX. Look at her already just being bossy.
Already, and that's cool. And I'm excited as well for these Crushed BMX gloves and the
right
tonight.
I'm going to tell you real quick why I love these so much. Okay, so these gloves are a year old. These are the old school Grinch gloves. They're no longer made.
I love those.
I've been riding it. Can I please talk? Thank you. I have been riding these for a year now, and they are holding up. They are doing fantastic. They held up to the Arizona 120-degree heat and my gross sweaty hands all summer. They have this grippy pad, and then the cool designs on the fingers are actually grippy rubber. And I was trying to figure out what it is, and my kids were like, "Dad, that's the bottom of what they have at trampoline parks on the socks." And I was like, "You're right, it is." So I'm excited because I absolutely adore these gloves. I think they're probably one of my favorite bike life products that's out there. Craig, what do you think?
Yeah, man. Can you see that I'm loving these too? I just got mine, but I've been riding them, and I got to say they're extremely comfortable. They're durable. Excuse me. Pretty fashionable. This is way out of my league here. I feel kind of fashionable with these, But yeah, I love these gloves, man. And I've been riding the hell out of them. So without further ado, let's talk to someone who knows a little bit more about these gloves than us. Kat, welcome to the show from Crushed Moto BMX gloves, whatever we're doing. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent.
Hold on, Isaac. Do I have permission to speak?
You can. You absolutely can.
Okay.
Kat, okay, so you guys, if you've never watched the show, you need to understand that Kat was our when did we start? It was before
SE
it was the hoedown, right?
It's a
Yeah.
hoedown.
Kat was our correspondent during the hoedown, and we absolutely fell in love with Kat. And we were like, dude, we think Kat and her husband Mikey are probably some of our favorite people in the whole world. So you may think I'm giving Kat a hard time, but really it's because Craig and I absolutely think the world of Kat. And then during this process, she became the brand manager, team manager for Crushed BMX. And so it's just been such a cool thing to watch her blow up in the community. We started talking about her with the LJ RideOutSupply interview because she has the famous Simpsons bike. And so she's not only just a brand manager, she rides, and she is a very talented designer herself. So Kat, we love you. And I'm sorry for giving you a hard time.
No,
Please tell us about your brand.
And we fight like just that. Family
You guys,
fight.
this is nothing compared to the DMs that we have going on.
Oh,
It
my
gets
God.
rough.
Can you tell them the name of our or the title of our DM?
Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not.
So Kat, without further ado,
You mentioned the Simpsons bike, and I forgot it was hanging on the wall, and I was like, oh shit. So like it's kind of hidden. You can't see it, right? We're good.
nah, just
Okay.
don't point at it. Okay. Kat, what do we have going on with Crushed BMX right now? Tell us all about it.
Okay, so CrushedMX, they started like in 2009, and they decided to branch out into the BMX world because they noticed so many BMX riders were purchasing their gloves, and they wanted to kind of cater to those riders as well and not just motocross. So they basically asked me to help them branch out into the BMX world. And we're officially launching Crushed BMX mid-January 2021. We're going to have a new website. It's going to be crushedbmx.com. Until then, it's still the crushedmxmoto.com. And the gloves are essentially the same. It'll just be different designs. So you can still purchase from both sites. But we have at least 10 new designs that I can think of off the top of my head coming out. As far as gloves go, we have several signature gloves from different team riders, and I think we're going to be announcing the team maybe like next week with you guys, so I won't give anything away yet, but we have a lot of really awesome stuff coming out in about a month or two, so I'm super excited for that. But we do have a lot of really cool stuff on the CrushedMX Moto site that you can purchase as well.
So people can actually get some gloves for the holiday season and put them under the tree and be stoked to own a pair of Crushed gloves by this Christmas, correct? Where would we tell people to go for that right now?
So go to crushedmxmoto.com. There are, they just got a bunch of different gloves in stock, all of the different colored Kool-Aid gloves, and there's just a bunch of different styles that they just restocked right now. I know you guys, due to COVID, there was a lot of issues with things getting shipped out. So all of the pre-orders that people had placed orders for in the previous months, the very last package went out yesterday. So everyone will have those in time for Christmas. And if you place any orders between now and I would say the 15th, you should get those in time for Christmas as well. And if you are maybe not wanting to buy any gloves right now because you want to wait for the BMX stuff to come out, I would suggest they do offer gift cards. So I would say get a gift card. What I would do if it was me, I'd get a couple pairs of gloves, stocking stuffer, add it with the gift card and give that for Christmas. And then they can have some to use now because it's getting cold, and then they can purchase ones that they want that they choose off the site when everything gets released next month. So that's what I would do.
And you guys, I'm excited about these gloves. Are so interesting because I grew up in the 80s. Craig, you grew up in the 80s. The gloves that we had back in the 80s were basically crocheted, like knit gloves that had the rubber dots on the hand, and the rubber dots would fall off over time. And so you'd kind of have like these worn out, and so gloves weren't the best experience But with these gloves, they fit snug. They fit, I don't want to say tight because it's not a tight feeling, but they do fit snug. They're very comfortable. They're very lightweight. Um, when I was a kid, I remember you'd have to take your gloves off to say even adjust the barrels on your brakes. These almost feel like driving gloves. Like I don't want to take them off. I leave them on when I'm riding. I don't feel like I'm wearing gloves, and they're just fun like, to be. If I can just be like the most honest and transparent I can, these things are just fun because you look down at your hands and you're like the Grinch. I have Grinch on my hand, or I have Space Jam, or the Kool-Aid guy, or some pineapples and flamingos. Like it's the most random. Like your designers, like whoever has designed these in the past, they have a really great sense of humor, and I'm excited about what I see coming.
They make-
Craig, no, go ahead, Kat. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I said they make you happy. Like the style, the designs are just fun and they just make you happy. And then I wanted to also point out all of the new gloves are going to have touch screen sensitive thumbs so you can unlock your phone and text and things like that. That was like a must for me when I started with the company because I'm constantly on my phone. I don't care. I'm a millennial. That's a must. So we have touchscreen sensitive fingers and then thumbs, not all the fingers. And then several different designs, but the ones that they have on the site right now and the BMX gloves are all the reason why they last so long, because I know you had ones for like a year. They're like a polyester blend on the top, and then the palm is like a synthetic microfiber, and they're extremely durable. They're probably the most durable gloves I've ever used. And the material, when you first get them, they kind of feel a little bit stiff. I don't know if you noticed that. When you first put them on, they're a little bit stiff. After like maybe the second time you wear them, the material forms and like molds to your hand. So they're pretty unique. I love them. So yeah.
Which ones? Can you show off a couple of the styles that you have?
So my favorite are these. Of course, I'm obsessed with leopard. We're gonna come out with a couple more animal print designs. I don't know if you guys saw the Tiger King ones are pretty funny. The Carol did it.
Those are so cool.
I don't know if Tiger King is so cool, but that was like my favorite show during quarantine. So I don't know if we'll bring those back. There's a lot of old styles. If people see a style that they really love and we get a lot of DMs requesting that style back, we will reprint them.
I want to see a crush COVID. I want to see COVID get crushed.
How about this?
Maybe,
we have these on the website right now.
yeah.
That works. What crushed COVID is more PG-13, but I prefer this one. Yeah, we have the COVID masks are on the website right now. Those you can get those in time for Christmas. We also have all the different colored donuts are back in stock. These are just fun little donuts. We also have there's a bunch of different color like Kool-Aid ones, so you can get the donuts to match your gloves. There's just a ton of fun stuff. My current favorite style would have to be the SpongeBob. I love these. And they just started coming out with youth. Yeah. So they have these in youth sizes right now. A few of them are in youth sizes. These, and I think there's a Rick and Morty glove, and the Kool-Aid gloves. And then, yeah.
So speaking of sizes, Kat, these gloves, like Isaac mentioned, they fit really well. They're not to say like Isaac, as he mentioned, they're not super tight. They're almost like form fitting, and they're breathable and movable. Is there a sizing chart, or will there be a sizing chart on the website so people understand like what sizes fit their hands? Because that seems to always be the question. Like one glove company's large is another glove company's medium.
Yes, these run really true to size. We also just started including 2XLs in our inventory because that was not a size we offered before, and we realized there was a big need for that. So we have everything from youth small to adult 2X now. So there's a size for you on there, and there will be a size chart. And like I said, they do run pretty true to size. They don't run small. They're perfect.
Yeah, and Isaac, one of the things I love about these gloves is they're affordable. They last, like you said. I've only had my pair not that long, but you've had your pair about a year, right? And so they're durable. They fit well. They breathe well with your sweaty hands and my sweaty hands, and we ride pretty hard. So, and like Kat was saying, dude, they're stylish. You can have fun with them. You can like have SpongeBob or Kool-Aid or whatever. I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
You guys are gonna
They're-
love the new styles.
I mean, I'll be honest, man. I feel like, and I'm not overhyping this when I say like, I feel like I got over on Crushed because I paid like $20 for a pair of gloves that lasted me the whole year. You can't beat that investment. As far as like, you know, I mean, if you ride every day, I'm riding like 2 or 3 times a week in 120-degree weather and sweaty hands, like the salt tends to really destroy garments. And just being honest with you, it's gross, but that's what happens. And these gloves, I mean,
Who's getting
you
rated?
guys-
Kat, are you
It's-
getting rated right now?
no, that's
Shadow. Just kidding. I mean, kind of not kidding. Yeah.
I'm just playing.
You hear like gunshots, I'll just duck and then we can just go back to normal. It's fine.
If I heard gunshots, I think it was just Mikey on the drums, but go ahead.
it's actually my house, and that's because my city, nothing happens. So there's probably a cat stuck in a tree, and they sent every fire truck they had. Shout out to Gilbert FD. Go ahead.
You were just saying about the sweat or whatever. So these gloves, like Mikey, my husband, P-Gil, whatever you guys call him, he wears these like every day, dripping sweat, and they don't get that nasty like white ring, which to me that's super gross. And they don't like, they're like antimicrobial. They don't stink, so that's also like a plus.
Are they washable?
Yeah, they're washable. And so the retail price of the gloves is going to stay $19.99 for all the gloves, even the BMX gloves. And all of your favorite riders have a code, all of the team riders, where you can get 20% off. So if you're following them, you'll see them post, and you're not even going to be paying $19.99 like that. You're going to be paying less than that. So that's a big thing, because we had a big discussion about should we raise the price of the gloves when we roll over to BMX, because there's different costs for different things now. We wanted to make sure that they were still going to remain affordable. So we decided to keep them under $20. So their prices are not going to be raised, even with the new super awesome designs that are coming out. I cannot wait for you guys to see them. But yeah, I'm bad at math. So whatever 20% off $19.99 is, your favorite rider has a code out there floating around somewhere.
This is what blows me away. Okay, so let me see if I get that by the camera. On the palm of the hand is that grippy rubberized ink. And so 1 year, I'm trying to show you like sideways, like I'm stretching it. 1 year of doing wheelies, which is on the palm of your hand, and there is nothing that is just like the day I got it. The only thing that has changed is that strap right there on the bottom used to be a brighter yellow, and that's just because it's dusty as hell in Arizona. These gloves, you guys, are next level, and I can't endorse these enough. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I absolutely adore these gloves. And the funnest part for me is looking at the inside and seeing what they put on the fingers that match. The themes, they are themed so well. Kat, go ahead and talk so we can see yours.
Oh, I have to talk for you to see them. Yeah, all the fingers. I really can't wait for you guys to see the new designs. That's why I'm really pushing for get Christmas gifts this year. Buy 1 or 2 pairs of gloves that are currently on there and do gift cards, because you're gonna love these new designs. They're so fun.
Tell me Weecho's has pepperonis on the fingers.
I can't tell you.
So Kat,
I would bet money that it has pepperonis on
I
the
bet
fingers.
it does.
Point out too that all the gloves, the Velcro strip is now on the top of the wrist. The ones you have are the old style. We need to bring those back next year. I think we're gonna do those. They're really cool.
That'd be dope if you brought those back.
Mhm.
What is the how's shipping right now? If they make an order, can they expect the gloves,
Yeah.
within a week or within 2? Like, what's that looking like for you guys right now?
So like I was saying, in the past, the last few months, everything that people have been ordering was pre-order. And they may not have seen it said pre-order on the site, but every single glove said pre-order. So we had a lot of questions about shipping times and things like that. So we had to keep reminding people it's a pre-order. It was the COVID shutdowns, totally out of our control. The last pre-order went out yesterday. Thank you, Jesus. We're never doing pre-orders again. There's a couple on there right now. We're just waiting for one more container to come in that's going to be here like next week. And then after that, we're done with pre-orders. But even those pre-orders that are on the site today will be, if you order them by I would say the 15th to be safe, and everything's sent out priority. You should definitely have it before Christmas. So it's all ready to go. Everything's in stock. I mean, if you're going to place an order, now is the time because quantities are limited. Don't wait.
Got it. Well, Kat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is, I mean, I love chatting with you. We need to have you on more often. I get so excited talking with you. I love your bike building skills. I love watching your husband do jumps at the skate park, and I love watching you mom out. So where can people find you and the Crushed BMX team on Instagram? What's the best place to follow you guys?
So Crushed BMX is the Instagram handle for Crushed BMX. And then mine is 85 Cadillac, like Cadillac with a K, because my name is Kat, whatever. You'll find me.
I love that. You guys follow Kat on her personal Instagram, because it is absolutely just a treat, and you will love to see that stuff. And when there's SE events, that's where you're going to see all of the SE events, because she follows them for us. We appreciate you. Craig, what do you have to add?
No, I'm just glad that you were on the show showing off these gloves and telling us all about the new things that are going on with Crush, Cat. It's exciting. I think everyone's going to be totally stoked. And I'm like anticipating what's coming out in 2021 with the new designs and everything that's going to be a part of Crush BMX. The donuts, the gloves, and everything is just like really on point. And we appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for showing up and being part of the buyer's guide.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right. Etnies BMX Gregory. We are excited, man. The buyer's guide, man, it's been fun so far, man. I've had a really good time talking to all these different folks. I am really excited about tonight's guest because I feel like this is one of the first bike life companies, small businesses, rider-owned companies that I came in contact with when I first started talking about BMX bikes. And they really kind of helped me out, like when I was first starting out, getting a lot of cool parts for my bike and making this a lot more fun for me when I was starting the channel. So without any more delay, I'm excited to announce that we have RideOutSupply. We have LJ and Maddie from RideOutSupply. Shout out to you guys. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us.
We are super excited to have you. I just recently purchased a bike, and my thumbs are still numb from putting spoke covers on. I put some yellow spoke covers on a big flyer that I purchased. I bought the green or the blue teal camo. It's basically the primetime bike with the reskin. And I put the yellow spoke covers on it, and it looks so dope. So I'm excited to talk about what you guys have available that I can get for Christmas. I'm going to have my wife grab me a bunch of RideOutSupply stuff. So, Craig, what's your favorite? Craig, you and I talk about this all the time. What's your favorite RideOutSupply products? Plural.
The products. Yes. And I'm like you, dude. When I was starting to customize my bike, it's obvious of certain parts that I want and certain, accessories. But one of the accessories I never really had experience with growing up was like getting custom sticker kits. I would plaster my bikes with, prismatic stickers and Haro and, all these other cool stickers you could either get at a liquor store or a bike shop, and just kind of, that's how I customized my decal sets for my bikes. But looking at the scene now and all the cool kits that are out there, I was starting to search around, and I really only seen two companies that were doing it at the time. I happened to go with RideOutSupply for my sticker kit, and that was on my Dogtown. It wasn't like a big kit. It was, matter of fact, it wasn't a theme kit at all, but it was like my tag, and it was reflective. So that was my first experience with decals and RideOutSupply. But obviously, I think I ended up buying everything that was on their website at one point or another. The freewheels have to be one of my favorite things about RideOutSupply. The quality, the engagement of the freewheel, the sound of it, and it's a really easy component to customize your bike with. And RideOutSupply, I just remember, I bought the 15, 16, and 17 tooth, I think at one time or another, but yeah, those are my favorite.
I got to tell you. Okay, so I would say my favorite things that RideOutSupply, obviously the sticker kits. I was able to make a freestyling, the old school BMX magazine freestyling custom theme kit. I took an idea and LJ made it perfect in my opinion. I'm not biased in that at all. It was when I opened it, I'm still mind blown every time I look at my Big Ripper. But one of my favorite things is this is something that I added to it, and this is a RideOutSupply sprocket. And I'm trying to show, I don't know, it's not going to show reflective, but it kind of does. It's black and then reflective. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because this is almost 8 months old. And I'm talking 8 months of not just sitting in my garage riding. This is 8 months of pedaling and falling and wheelies and boomerangs and tail whips and all kinds of stupid stuff I do on my bike. And it holds up. Like the sticker, I've watched them actually cut this. I thought it was laser cut, but it is actually just hand cut around each one of these. And it's so crisp. It hasn't peeled up. And why I'm telling you that, like, it hasn't peeled up, a lot of you would be like, of course it hasn't peeled up. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, where it gets 130 degrees in my garage when I go grab my bike to go ride. And so the fact that this decal has not peeled or faded or anything in sun or in heat says a lot about the quality of the products they use to make your stuff. So LJ, Maddie, we've kind of doted on you for a little while, and it's kind of awkward, but like, we're really psyched about the stuff you guys do. What do you have for the Christmas season this year that you would like to talk about?
Thank you, guys. Well, one of the first lovely things that we have are these RO cups, which are awesome. We use them every single day. Don't put them in the dishwasher. No, don't put them in the dishwasher. So we do have many items that you can purchase right now if you are looking to buy a gift for somebody else or a gift for yourself. We have a ton of different things. Of course, we have these spoke covers, which are awesome. Anytime that a parent reaches out to us and says, a parent reaches out to us and they say, what should I get my kid? The reflective spoke covers, because any child, anybody on a bike should have these because they're so reflective. There's no way that somebody can't see you. So that's one of the awesome aspects of this.
There you go. There you go. Can't even show them to you because
it's a little bright.
Reflect.
But this is one of my favorite products right now, obviously.
I agree with you. And so I'm a grown ass man, and people are like, dude, you have spoke covers. And I tell people, like, here's the deal, dude. I'm a grown ass man that has to feed my kids. And so I take the reflectors off of my bike, but these, here's just two, right? And I've got video on my YouTube and I got video on my Instagram of me riding my bike, doing a wheelie in these spoke covers. And it makes your bike wheel look like it's glowing when it's going down the road. It's impossible not to stand out with them. And they're fun as shit, you guys, to add to, like, it adds a little bit of fun to your bikes. And makes them safer in the long run. So I cannot speak highly enough about spoke covers. It's one of those things, dude, that's like, it brings me so much joy to walk out there, grab my purple. I have a PK Ripper, a 27.5 PK Ripper that's purple themed. And I have the lavender set of spoke covers that are reflective. And it is impossible to ride around at night and not have people go, whoa, look at that. It's incredible the amount of reflective that you guys have pulled off with these things, and so affordable. And the thing that I really want to showcase and highlight is the back of this. If you can see, I don't know if I can capture it. It locks on your spoke. There we go. It locks on the spoke. It's not just a straw that you press on. It's like a joke in the bike life community of like, I just got some RideOutSupply spoke covers. and everyone talks about like your thumbs are going to be numb for a week because it's not easy to get these on, but they lock on. They're not going to fall off. They don't move around on your bike, and they just add a lot of fun. So thank you for whoever. I'm going to say this is probably Maddie's idea because it's so good.
Dude, I got to say, when you were holding it up too, you got to show it again, because when you had that one single spoke cover up, and mine's not going to show well, you look like you were holding something that was lit up like a lightsaber, dude. Did you hold it up again, Isaac? Show that one more time.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know if it shows up on my screen. I can't see it, but
It totally does.
this, and I'm telling you, it looks white right now, right?
Yeah.
This is not a white, this is not white in the daylight. Which it just kind of shows you the difference of what these look like. Like this is, it's not white at all. And maybe LJ can get like a different color and point it and show it up. But this, I know it shows white right now, but it's not white in daylight.
So I have black right here, right? And it probably doesn't show up as black, right? Like
Not at all.
It's black. Yeah, see, you can see it reflecting. You can see the light change as the angle changes. But yeah, back here, all the way against that, it's probably
Super reflective.
still can't see it. Yeah.
It's still white, dude.
Crazy.
Now that brings up a good point, because, you know, especially for kids that are out there, you know, we're doing night rides at night. We're doing things that are in the dark. These things light you up. I mean, you can't deny the fact that those spoke covers have a safety factor to them too. I mean, it's a great point, because the reflectors usually come off bikes because nobody wants reflectors on their bike. It seems like, you know, I take mine off, but with my spoke covers, like I did a video of me riding around in a circle, and all you see is these two huge wheels going around with the spoke covers, and like it lit up the whole bike, you know? So they're dope.
You guys, I'm gonna show you a video from my Instagram real quick. Hold on. So that's,
There you go.
Yep.
there we go. I don't know if it might, that stupid light might get it, but that's my wheels. And that's
Yep.
like, it's incredible how bright it looks. Like you have lights on your bicycle.
Yes.
So I am just absolutely blown away by this product. Probably one of my favorites. I'm also going to give you a shout out for the RideOutSupply cups, which it's a sleeper product. People may not think like, oh, I want a RideOutSupply cup. Again, it's 120 degrees in Phoenix. I got a RideOutSupply cup, and it is, I literally use it all day. In the morning, I put my coffee in it. My coffee stays hot. And then when I switch to the afternoon, I put some cold water in there, and it stays cold all day. It's like it's basically a budget Yeti. So if you like Yeti cups, grab a RideOutSupply cup, because the vacuum on it will keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold. Those of you who remember that commercial from McDonald's in the 80s. But it does, dude. It's amazing. It's probably one of the sleeper things that you don't think about as far as like quality. But that's the thing about RideOutSupply, you guys. Like, the quality of your products is stupid. It's from the free wheels. Everyone knows your free wheels and how loud and how the drag. Somehow you've engineered a less drag. Okay, I'm going to be honest. This is going to make a lot of people trigger, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I had a Originate Hornet freewheel, loud, but it was definitely lots of drag, and it would slow your wheel down. LJ is like, dude, try my freewheel. If it doesn't match what you expect it to be, I'll give you a refund. And that was just me. It was like a challenge, right? I was like, let's try it out. So I won't ride another freewheel after riding the RideOutSupply freewheel. It's amazing. I paid for it. It's not like, I mean, I'll show you the receipt on my PayPal. It's a legit freewheel. I'm a huge fan of what they do, but it's because of the passion that LJ has for bikes and bike parts that this stuff matches. LJ, tell me a little bit about like your favorite products that you sell.
My favorite product is mostly, I would say that the sprocket, like you said, pointing it out, it's a stiff, strong sprocket. It's a 6.5 mil thick sprocket. We use a USA made reflective 3M vinyl. that goes over top of it with a permanent adhesive, a hand cut of the fit, and it's just one of those, strong enough aftermarket parts that we want to ride on our bikes, and it's a great replacement for the factory one on any bike. Not to mention it adds the reflectivity from the side of the bike as well, So that's definitely my favorite part. I'm glad you pointed that out, how long yours is held up for.
Yeah, I gotta say,
dude, it's amazing.
It is. LJ, Maddie. So one of the things with the Buyers Guide, we're trying to get this out for the holiday ahead of the Christmas rush and everything. Tell us about some of the things that you guys have available that people can actually look at on your website, and you'll hopefully give us your website and let us know what they can look forward to if they want to get RideOutSupply parts and accessories. Are they available to be under the tree this year? And how does that work? Let us know about that.
Yeah, so we just restocked on all the SE components, like the head tube logos, the chain tensioners, wheelie pegs. We have the merit pegs as well. All those little accessories that people would want on their bike. As far as the custom stuff, we still have reflective wheel strips and wheel clouds available on the site. Custom kits and stuff will come back Christmas Day. As of this point, we've cut off all custom work in order to be able to catch up on all orders and get them out and delivered before Christmas. And then we have
one of the new things that we introduce is gift cards, which is awesome because for a lot of people, I know that they may not really think about the production timeline for custom stickers. And we've experienced in the past where people will order something custom as a gift and it won't come in on time. But this year, inventory doesn't matter. The fact that you can't order that you can't order custom stickers doesn't matter because you can order a gift card for somebody. So you can give them a gift card even if you can't get the product. And then they can use that gift card when those things are available.
No, that's a great idea. I mean, it gives someone the chance to have the opportunity to purchase some of that stuff that you guys are talking about. And, it just allows your customers as well to know that they're going to get something really cool from RideOutSupply. With that being said, do you guys have anything coming up? I know I was talking with you, LJ, earlier. You have new product November. Is there anything that you can share with us that might be in the works or might be coming up soon that we can look forward to even after the holidays?
Yeah, we have a new products dropping on Christmas Day that'll become available for everybody. And then we have 2 other new products that have been set back from COVID delays that'll be released in January. And those products, I can say, I'm the most excited about. I really can't wait to launch them. There's something completely new to not only us, but also ones definitely new to the scene. I can't wait to drop it. I feel like everybody's going to like it. And as soon as they come out, we'll definitely be posting on all platforms. Who knows, if they show up early, maybe you'll end up with one underneath the tree.
Oh, that's dope, man. I got to say, I mean, I get excited when I hear that too. Isaac and I definitely, not only have a relationship with you and RideOutSupply, but we're customers as well. We're fans of what you ride or what you produce and what you put out because they're on our bikes. So I'm stoked to just see what you got coming along, because everything that seems to come out from you guys, every product, every new product is a hit. It really makes sense. It's for riders by riders, and you guys are definitely not only just the people who make those awesome products, but you're also, like you're doing right now, LJ, sitting on a bike. I mean, you guys come from the bike world.
Yeah.
I can't agree more. And in fact, I just made a purchase myself from RideOutSupply. So Craig, don't buy anything, because I just bought you a stocking stuffer. So don't go to RideOutSupply.
Oh man.
But as soon as you said that you had certain things stocked, I had to go and make an order. I saw you got some pegs that's in stock. Do those pegs fit the front pegs of landing gear?
So no, they don't, right? I know what you're going for though, man. We need to I need to drop some angle cut pegs or something, or I got to just put out a how-to to teach people how to do it, man. Because honestly, back in 2016 when I got Montana Ricky on his first big ripper, that was his first thing was like, man, how do I put pegs on the front? I'm like, oh, we'll get it. Sure enough, one didn't clear. I just went over, took a little chunk out of it with an angle grinder and slid it right on. We were able to get it fit up perfect. So, when it doesn't fit, make it fit, right?
100%, dude. So you guys, I'm excited to see what you have coming out. I can't speak highly enough about your custom theme kits. We have talked to Kat, who has the Simpsons kit. I have seen just some, I don't want to say amazing because it sounds like I'm just giving you like bullshit accolades, right? But I'm not, this isn't hyperbole, you guys. Like, if you want to really go the next level with your bike, talk to LJ, have a consultation about your idea, and watch what can happen with those custom theme kits. It's worth every penny. I was able to get, excuse me, I'm on like my 5th water beer tonight. So, but it's worth every penny to talk with him about the designs and the ideas that you have. You made my freestyling bike come to life with the Club Homeboy stickers. And honestly, it's because you ride, you have that same passion for bikes that I think, the whole world has. It's not like you're just somebody that was like, hey, I can make a couple dollars on bikes. Because I'll be honest, like with your skills, dude, and your talents, you could be making a whole lot more money than you are, in the bike world. But you're doing this because you have a passion for what you love, and I love that about both of you. That you're so passionate about making people's, their experience better when it comes to their bikes. And my last thing I will say, because I tend to talk real long, is please bring back those hats. That needs to happen.
Yeah, those are
So
dope.
I wore it for that reason, actually, because it is something that we've been getting a lot of emails about, like, hey, how can I reserve one? When are they coming? Things like that. And it's something that needs to happen. We planned on dropping merch in new product November. It's just one of those things that's been delayed, but it's gonna happen. So stay tuned for the new year for sure. Maybe even in a different colorway. Who knows?
Go on.
I was gonna say, it's true. Like they're always keeping us on our feet, right? Always keeping us on our feet.
Yeah.
We were excited, LJ and Maddie. We're definitely excited, and we're stoked with what is out in the market right now. Everyone, if you can, go to RideOutSupply.com, get on Instagram, check out their Instagram page, RideOutSupply, and just get yourself some things for the holidays and beyond.
100%. Craig, don't you do that, because I have
I'm
something
not.
coming for you. So,
Dude,
Maddie and LJ, thank you so much. And did you talk about, and I can cut this out if we already talked about it, but like Bike Fridays? Did we talk about Bike Fridays a little bit?
What do you want to know?
I don't really know if there's too much to be said because it's not really looking too promising.
I'll cut this out. I'll cut this part out. If we just want to be like, fuck Fridays.
You can just explain, like,
Yeah,
I think that was kind of like
something we were really hoping we could do, right? But
it's not really
the
working
container's
out.
just been delayed till January. Right now, I've been waiting on a freight shipment to get here, 55 big camo big flyers since Monday, and
like out for delivery every day.
yeah,
Like
good old man. I
think it's
forget.
XP, it's
XPO, yeah, XPO.
It's like some freight company, but yeah, it's just so tough.
Can
It's like we're
can
not
I add
like-
something? Can I add something to this?
Yeah.
One of the staples of RideOutSupply that I'm really excited about, because it allows me to interact on rideouts with a lot of different people. When they see these little rubber bands
You got
come
it.
out that say RIP to the haters and RideOutSupply on the other side, they gain a lot of attention. And RideOutSupply has a lot of different dope colorways to match anybody's needs, man. If you see me or if you've seen me, and LJ showing these now, and I've handed these out to you, these come from RideOutSupply. The one other thing that's really cool with these, a lot of kids put them on the handlebars. Now you'd think, okay, that's a cool look, but they're smart. What they do is they put a water bottle or a Bluetooth speaker in there, and these things hold those up on the handlebars. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check out RideOutSupply. Get all your rubber wristbands that
Ooh, you even have Santa Cruz ones. They were special edition. I only made 1,400 of them for that ride.
I have like 2 of these.
Yeah,
But
man.
these are super dope. Maybe, and I've given some of these away to some lucky people that
Yeah,
answer
that's
some BMX trivia questions. So, you know, I got to make them work for those, man. Those are special.
You have like 2. You have like 2, and I don't have any. Wish I had one.
Whoop.
all right. I guess they're.
I'll
I
send
guess
you
I know
one.
where those are going now.
I'll send you one.
I guess we know what's gonna end up underneath your tree.
Yeah.
Right? You guys, thank you so much for being so gracious. I'm
you.
sad. Is Tuna around?
Tuna is.
They're actually
yeah,
both
they're down here.
right now.
Okay, we'll let him stay. You guys, but you guys, thank
They
you so
said
much
they're
for
right.
hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for
Yeah.
all you do for Bike Life. On behalf of Craig and myself and all of the Bike Life community, we want to wish you the merriest of holidays. And man, I hope you guys have a great time being safe and having fun with your families. Thank you so much for being out with us today.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
There you go. There's Big Sean.
Cool.
You want to see him tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay, we'll go down to the shop tomorrow and say hi.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Okay, can you close the door real quick for me?
Yes.
All right. You guys, my daughter is the biggest fan of Sean Spence from Phoenix Bike Company in the world. She thinks that guy walks on water. So, Sean, thanks for joining.
Yeah, but I think the same of her.
I love that. And
So
that's
wrapped around her finger, no matter what she wants, anything she asks me for, it's hers.
you guys, my daughter goes down to Phoenix Bike Company and like she's like they have kids shirts. And so she swindles Sean for like Bike Life shirts and pins and stickers. It's the most funny thing you'll ever see in your life. So, in fact, I've got my Phoenix Bike Company beanie on.
And I'm sporting my PhoenixBikeCo trucker hat.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I've got the Phoenix Bike Company banner behind me. I'm a big fan of Phoenix Bike Company. If you've watched any of our Big Bike BMX videos, Sean is I always say, I was teasing that Sean is my personal mechanic. But Sean has forgotten more about BMX bikes than most of us collectively will ever learn in our lives. So I love that Sean makes his skills available, that he lets me record them so that we can teach you, our fans, anybody on YouTube, how to do some cool stuff with your bike. Sean, welcome to the show.
What up, homies?
What I love that bike behind you. Do you want, like, can you just in 2 minutes, can you give me an overview of your bike? Look at that. KnightBikeCompany. That started out as an LA Ripper.
Yeah, it was in LA. Now it's a Phoenix. It's still not done, by the way. FYI, this is only temporary. But KnightBikeCo, stem, broke boys bars, pounding beer fork. Oh, sorry, I can't see. SE VRAD cranks, KnightBikeCo. But you got to get this part. This is the cool part. It's all the homies.
There it is.
Big Bike
Yeah.
BMX, obviously PBC. George, my homie, KnightBikeCo. And then, of course, Jacob. Gotta rock the broke era because, I mean,
Gotta
Yeah.
rock them broke boys.
We
Sean,
gotta.
we are, and I am, and Isaac is, and hopefully you are stoked to be here tonight with you. Phoenix Bike Company, as Isaac mentioned, man, you guys obviously are blowing up and have been around in the scene for quite some time, brother. Not only
trying.
definitely trying, man, you are doing. One of the things that we get super stoked on is the fact that Phoenix Bike Company is a full service shop, man. It's we talk about bike shops all the time. We seem to always reference PhoenixBikeCo. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at Phoenix. This is the holiday or buyer's guide episode, so we kind of want to know from a bike shop point of view, you know, what's available at the shop. Tell us about any parts and accessories that you're stoked on. Obviously the Broke Boys stuff, you can talk a little bit about that. But what people don't know is that you guys have a website. You guys also sell shirts and hats and apparel. So why don't you hit us with a little bit of that and let us know what's going on with what you got at Phoenix Bike.
So I mean, as far as kind of what we try and do is it's been hard lately with the COVID stuff and everything being back ordered. Demand has been through the absolute roof, and supply is almost non-existent. So I mean, with that being said, like, people have been awesome, you know, like asking, you know, can I get this? Can I get that? Shout out to, like, honestly, like the people that support us, that support me and what we do. But we make our own shirts. We have our own shop also, but we also have we make our own shirts. We make that hat that you're wearing right now, the hat that I'm wearing right now, the beanie that Isaac's wearing. All of our shirts, that's our other sister company, and we screen print it all. So every shirt that you buy from us actually supports us. With that being said, I mean, we service absolutely everything from, you know, little kids' bikes to Walmart bikes to, you know, your $10,000 mountain bike. Just
that's a good point. So right now at Phoenix, I don't know if it's typical, because it looks like across the board most bike shops are having a hard time getting bikes, but it seems like in waves there's bikes coming. Maybe not specific brands, maybe you get what you get from one of your vendors. I know recently you had a couple deliveries of bikes. Do you have anything in the shop right now that may make it to someone under the tree this year, or is the outlook a little bit more later on?
I mean, I have a few. Like, we got finally, like, as far as like even like GT stuff, GTs are starting to roll in. I've got a few 20-inch bikes, you know, for the little ones, you know, good bang for your buck kind of thing. Couple 26-inch Pro Series I got, obviously, as well. You know, Craig is the Harrow Master Bash Guard Zolotone.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Great looking bike. SEs are trickling in as far as it goes, but I won't lie, like, it's hard to keep bikes in stock just because of the simple fact that, like, as soon as I get them, I get calls every single day from all over the place asking me what, like, do you have anything in a 29-inch BMX bike, 26, this, that.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's the hottest thing out right now. I mean, so
absolutely.
So for a consumer, for a buyer, and this being the buyer's guide, what is your advice, like, for people that we tell them, hey, look, you know, locate your local bike shops, or locate a bike shop online that seems like it would be a good fit for you, and then keep good communications, keep in touch, tell them what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Ask if they have a pre-order deposit that you can put down, or just even if you start you know, a relationship with that bike shop, you can say, here's the bike I'm looking for. Can you let me know when it's arrived, or whatever? What's your recommendation with that?
I mean, that's pretty much what I do. Like, people call in and ask, like, you know, can I take a deposit or give you a deposit on, you know, this, that, like, whatever's coming in. And honestly, I am uncomfortable with taking people's money without being able to guarantee a product. So I say no, but what I do is I take their name and number, what bike they're looking for, and I add it to my list.
Yeah, well, it's also hard for you. I mean, I mean, if you took a deposit on a specific bike that you really don't know if you're going to get or not, you know, that's not probably what you're trying to do with your business, and you know, being like, hey, sorry to let you down, here's your money
Totally.
back. Yeah, I mean, so I get that. So with that being said, and those things that you can do with the bike shop, and what we talked about, tell us a little bit about what you do have in the shop right now, because I know, dude, I know that you carry specific brand parts that we also use and ride and love, like Broke Boys BMX
Hell
and
yeah.
obviously KnightBikeCo parts. Do you have any of those things in stock right now that can that people can get a hold of you
Just
and
saying.
yeah, and get it out under the tree this year?
I mean, Jacob's been pushing out a lot of stuff lately. He just got a bunch of 4-piece bars. George,
Do you have 4-piece bars in stock right now?
I do not, unfortunately.
You have 2-piece though, right?
I do. I have as of right now, I probably have, I think, 6 pairs of 8-inch Broke Boys bars left.
Boom. And you guys, that's the same bar that I was talking to Jacob about that I ride. Those 2-piece 8-inch Broke Boys bars are the jam.
Yeah.
What do you have from Night Bike Company right now that somebody seeing this episode could purchase?
All of it.
All of it. You have the stems,
Except for so limited edition colors like green, pink, that kind of stuff. George sells directly off of his website. I don't have those, but as of right now, full kits. I have red, blue, and gold. Stems, 28.6 seat post clamps, 31.8 seat post clamps, power discs, non-machined edges or machined edges, and then I have 36 tooth chain rings, 33 tooth chain rings, 33 tooth sprockets. I have 139 blue sprocket, and then I have the red, blue, and gold new 27 tooth
for the fat bikes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
And then so as far as like shirts and hats, what's the easiest way for someone to get a hold of you so that they can buy some of the hats, some of the shirts that you have available?
There's, for the most part, a lot of them are on our website. If you see something that's not on the website, I won't lie. Like with the boom that's going on and how busy I've been, like the website is lacking. I will admit it.
I will admit it too. I think your website doesn't have about half of the shirts that you guys have available.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a hard time about it, but
No,
but I
just don't have time.
I understand, and I would rather you work on bikes and deliver products. So can someone just message you on Instagram at Phoenix Bike? What's your, first of all, let's start there. What's your Instagram on what's your Instagram handle for Phoenix Bike Company?
It's Phoenix Bike Company.
All just one word spelled out, Phoenix Bike Company.
Yes,
if somebody sends you a DM and they're like, hey man, I want to get a hat, a beanie, a shirt. Are you able to just go and like, hey, take a picture, a couple of what you have in stock, and
yeah,
hey,
I do it all the time. Either you can do Phoenix Bike Company, or I mean, you can even my personal one, which I don't mind either or. I will get back to you as far as it goes. Sometimes, it might. I would like to say within 24 hours, kind of thing. But if I'm at the shop, like, just bear with me, because I may be in the middle of, a build or, something, but
yeah, we can't forget that people that work out at and own or work at bike shops actually work on bikes and may have their hands, on a bike, and they may not be able to answer. So, one of the things, Sean, that I like about Phoenix Bike Company is the fact that you guys are available. You do have parts, you do ship. That's a big thing. Obviously, a lot of people online from all over the country and world, as a matter of fact, are looking to locate parts and hard to find bikes and hard to find brands that maybe only in the US or maybe only in NorCal, they like to reach out and search for these things and be able to find it and have it shipped to them, which obviously that's something that you do. So I want to say that everyone that's out there, if you are listening here and you heard that, you know, Phoenix Bike Company and Sean as well carries Broke Boys. He carries KnightBikeCo parts as well as other parts. If there's something that you're looking for and you want to be able to try to locate a vendor or a distributor and you're not having luck, try Phoenix Bike Company or try your local bike shop, you know, but reach out to these folks. They are small businesses. They do need your support and help to keep going, and definitely want to support the shops and the people that support us. So
Absolutely. And Craig, one thing I want to say is if you have an idea for a bike, you have an idea for a mod, definitely, you know, talk to Sean at Phoenix Bike Company about it. I was like, hey man, on my PK Ripper, is it possible to do a POTS mod? And he's like, anything's possible. We just have to get creative.
Yeah.
And so it was literally like, okay, man, we just got to get a hollow stem bolt and let's see if we can make it work. Bring your bike down. I've seen you just do crazy things with bikes because I think you enjoy the challenge. Most bike shops are like, yeah, it's not, if it's not stock, it's not going to happen. But, you know, one of these days, I believe you'll be able to talk me into like a set of profile hubs or something like that.
Dude, I'm trying.
Right. And so, you know, if you have an idea for a bike, hit up Sean from Phoenix Bike Company, just send him a DM and be like, hey man, is this possible? And I promise you, even if you don't live in Phoenix, you don't have the ability to get to Phoenix to have Sean work on your bike, he'll at least point you in the right direction. And you know, if I've learned anything from Sean, it's that he loves bikes as much as you love bikes, and he will, you know, spend as much time as he possibly can. He can't answer every question, but he will spend as much time as he can, point you in the right direction to make sure that you get out of your bike as much joy as he gets out of his bike. I mean, he's a rider first and a mechanic second. But man, I got to tell you, dude, it's almost awkward to tell you this because like you and I are buddies, but man, like you're an amazing mechanic and you have a great way of coming up with great solutions for bikes, man. And it's one of the things that I love about you.
I mean, I appreciate that, and like it that's a huge compliment. I will say coming from you because I mean same thing. I mean, you know, like you know both of you, Isaac and Craig, know a tremendous amount about bikes. Like we're all in this for one reason, and it's to pedal down the street. And
fun.
If I can make your ride pedaling down the street as best as possible, as smooth as possible, even like Isaac said, even if like I get calls all day long from people out of state, like they watch your show. Like honestly, one of the biggest things that I still get to this day is one of the first videos that me and Isaac did together at the shop was the upgrade video. People still call me about it to this day, asking like, "Hey, do you have a minute? Can you answer a couple questions? Because I'm not quite clear." Absolutely. I can't spend a bunch of time, obviously, because I am doing this, that, like. But if you can be patient, like I will take a few minutes, at least 5-10 minutes, and try and help you, no matter what it is, whether you buy a bike from me or not. I want people to be on a bike that they're happy with and they enjoy riding. That is my goal. After that, I'll do whatever I can. If you are local, please come down. Whether you want to do something or not, or just come hang out. I don't care. Shoot the shit. It is what it is. We're all in this to do the same thing.
Absolutely. I will tell you, like Phoenix Bike Company, one of the things I like about it is it's that local hangout shop that you had as a kid. If you remember back being like Craig, I know you and I have the same exact experience hanging out as kids.
Yeah.
Like it was so fun, man. You'd go to the bike shop, you'd hang out, you look at stickers, you look at parts. And, you know, for me, I would go to Robbie's, which is like your local bike shop.
Dude, Robbie's is dope.
Robbie's is super dope. I love Robbie's.
I I will. Like, I don't like people. Like, some dude called me from California the other day and was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like what you suggested, like, do you have a shop where I'm at? Like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, you're in California? Go to Robbie's. He's like, well,
100%.
that's like, he's like, where's that? And I was like, I don't know. It's by where Craig lives, like Stockton.
Wait, that was me that called you, dude. What are you talking about now?
Yeah.
Oh,
But Phoenix Bike Company is one of those shops that you can go, and I promise you're going to find some dudes hanging out that are probably as old as you are, that like bikes as much as you do, has the same history, and you can all just sit around, talk shop, hang out, and have a great time looking at old bikes that they have in the shop. I mean, you've got beach cruisers in there from the 50s. You've got some
Yeah.
pre-World War II bikes in there, which is pretty crazy, Craig. I think you would go nuts if you saw some of
Oh, I'd
those,
love
like,
to see that. Yeah, I'd be.
he has
stoked.
some pre-World War II beach cruisers
Yeah.
that actually have the original leather like pouches and stuff on them. It's remarkable.
I have all my like pre-war Schwinn's are all original, not repainted. Like,
Another
got it.
reason to head down to your local bike shop. I mean, you never know what you're going to run into when you step into you open the door and then you get that nostalgic feel of old. Usually bike shops have old bikes in there, so
yeah,
it's crazy. Sean, we want to say thank you so much for being on tonight, man. Representing the local bike shops of America right there at Phoenix Bike Co. Folks, if you're into bikes and you've got a local bike shop and you do a lot of online shopping, try to visit your local bike shop, support that local bike shop, get in there. Even if you don't always buy something, go in, ask questions, get your bike tuned up, or just like Sean said, just hang out. Pick the brain of your local mechanic, see what they got going on, and utilize these folks because they love it. That's what they do, and it supports our lifestyle, their lifestyle, and it's just a good feeling to have all the way around. Sean,
Shop local. Yep, shop local.
shop local,
absolutely.
everyone.
Even people that like they call me and like, well, I want to support you. I'm like, well, no, man. Like, I'll tell you what to get, inform you, but like, dude, go to your local bike shop. Like, support them. Like, if they have a question, I was like, dude, you can call me. But support your local bike shop because with the way the world's going, all the family-owned stuff, we need it.
Definitely
Like,
need it, man.
Couldn't agree more. Sean, on behalf of Craig and I and everyone in bike life, I want to wish you the happiest of holidays, a Merry, Merry Christmas. You and your family have a wonderful time. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'll be down tomorrow to get some parts. But man, thank you for coming on. Craig, wish Sean a Merry Christmas for us as well. And we'll talk to you soon, Sean.
Likewise, guys. I wish you the best, and as always, love you, homies.
Love you too, man. Happy holidays to you and yours, brother. Peace.
You as well.
I mean, I've been through almost every decade of BMX, so I kind of see what came and went, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah, plus you're still involved. I mean,
it was amazing. It's kind of one of those things, like I was, like waning off a little bit, but then it just, this big bike stuff kind of, kicked in, and I just.
Yeah, just like with everything. I mean, there's ups and downs and swings and different eras that come in and then go away. But
you want to hear me date myself?
Yeah, let's hear it.
There's ebbs and flows, George. Ebbs and flows.
Dang, dude.
So I'm excited, dude, to have you on for our buyer's guide. It's Christmas time. I think a lot of people are excited. I know that I have been getting my DMs are blowing up about pink parts because I just put the pink parts on my big flyer.
Yeah, just testing out the market, see if they're ready for alternative colors. So I tried the green first, and then for the Money Lynch bikes, that took off pretty well. And then I always wanted to do the pink, because I saw the Miami Ripper. I was like, hey, that looks perfect for it.
Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean,
did you color, right?
Did you think people would be using it on regular builds too? Like, did you have that vision, or were you like, oh, surprised?
No. I'm surprised how it's actually so popular. I said, man, a lot of guys are into pink.
Be surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
Be surprised.
It's like, I guess the GTs, right? Back in the day, the Dayglow pink and orange.
Yeah, no, it's hot again, man. And I got to give you a ton of props, George. Like, you have been coming out with product end over end, and not just the same stuff every time. Like, oh, here's our next run of it. it's like you and Isaac are talking about, you know, there's been colorway changes, there's been new product, the 27 tooth Starfighter
Yeah.
sprocket, obviously the Starfighter sprockets in all the colors of what you have on your website, you know, red, yellow, blue, black, but everything. And I mean, the seat, I can go on for days, the seat post clamp,
Yeah.
the stems, I mean, everything just seems to be on point and on hit. So I mean, it's not just like, hey, I'm just putting out another 100 parts, dude. You're, you know, right at the perfect time of the year, it seems like, boom. And I gotta give you so much props for the Radical Rick stent
Yeah, that was
combo, man, and shirts and all the P&A that you have, parts and accessories. So
I'm gonna quickly just flex. I'm gonna quickly just flex and hold up this is the Radical Rick collab box, and just even the box looks dope, dude.
Yeah. It's everything is like, you know, it's just pretty much I'm trying to make stuff for myself, you know, and then
Yeah, I mean, just the way that the presentation on this is amazing. The screening on here and the matching, dude, you did a great job, man. Congratulations on understanding your market, understanding that, you know, us old fools love Radical Rick, and the collabs that you've decided. I mean, the even down to the, you know, I talk about it on all my reviews of the stems, but like having the curb dogs,
yeah,
so instead of the cat, you know, or whatever, it was a tiger or whatever on the original.
yeah, the tiger.
You know. So I mean, talking about for Christmas, what right now would you say, and this is me putting you on the spot, I'm going to ask you to pick your favorite kid. What is your favorite KnightBikeCo part right now? Because I have a favorite personally right now that I think that I actually got an early Christmas present. But I have a favorite part right now, but I want to know what your favorite KnightBike part and accessory is right now.
Well, the stem's always like the base, you know, the whole thing. It's always been the most popular item, but it's hard to say. I guess I like the Starfighters, but you know, the different sides. I guess for me, it's more exciting. I guess like I haven't made a bunch of those, but I think I still like these as the you know, the tiny tufts.
Yep, hold it up. There you go.
Those are still like, you know, my one of, you know, I like that one. It's just a cool item to have.
You guys, and what he's talking about is this tiny tough wheel bottle opener. I actually use it as a decoration and a fidget spinner while I'm in Zoom calls during the day. But it's just so cool. I mean, even down to, there's no way my camera's going to pick it up, but it actually has the engraving for the hub of an old school.
Yeah, you can see it actually. You can see it on your camera.
Yeah, I told my CNC guy, I said, you gotta put the flange on there. You know, I know it's gonna be more work, but it's just one of those things. Like it's just the first one, you know, I wasn't sure it was gonna be, you know, taken off or not. You know, it's just one of the things I always wanted to do. Like I have a bucket list of all the parts I want to, you know, like a list of things I want to make or do, you know.
Well, I got to say, like you just said in a minute ago, George, you made a comment like, I make things that I like.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome because you're a BMXer, you're a rider. When you make things that you like, you're making things for everyone that likes BMX to like. So your ideas are creative, they're innovative. I mean, like the little mini tough wheel. I love that thing. I have it actually hanging out in my garage, like Isaac has it hanging in that room, like you have it right there on your desk. Because it's fun to play with and it's actually functional too. It can open up bottles, but
my homeboy Sean has it hanging from his backpack.
Oh yeah,
it's like his backpack, like zipper draw.
Well, there's not that many, you know, there's not that many BMX like related like novelty items, right? Like, you know, like that kind of things, right? It's always just like parts or a bike, and then you know, we don't have any. I mean, you got the flick trick bikes, but it's about it, you know.
We don't. Yeah, you're right. We don't have any, like, there's no trinkets that I can put on my desk at work if it was non-COVID, you know, that signifies this dude is a BMXer. You know what I mean? Like Damon Fulton has a couple of bobbleheads that he's just starting to put out, but like, that's it, dude. So like, I would definitely have this hanging out on my desk at work, so that kind of like a signal, like, hey man, if somebody's new here or they're walking around and they see a tough wheel, like, yeah man, I know what that is.
They're going to be like, is that a tough wheel? And you're going to be like, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. My new best friend. Have a seat. So George, I gotta tell you, my favorite part right now is and it's because I own a fat quad. But and that gives away what it is. But the fact that you saw the market for a 27 tooth Starfighter sprocket for the fat bikes and the quads and the fat rippers,
Yeah.
nobody was really going after that market at all.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, because I got a fat quad. You see my fat quad, so
yeah,
I mean, anytime I get a bike, I want to like, upgrade it and just change parts. So that's when I got my fat quad. I was like, it's perfect timing to, make a sprocket for it. I don't see anything out there for it, and it's kind of,
I like that because George is like, you know what? I need something. I think it would be cool to have a 27 tooth mini sprocket for my fat quad, and I can't really find one I like. Oh yeah, I can make them.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, when you look at that, because right now, like if you look at the fat bike world, you've got the fat PK,
yeah,
the fat ripper for Mike Buff, and then you have the fat quad angle.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of customizing, excuse me, options that you can use.
Yeah, limited.
Very, very limited. And so the fact that you threw out like black and polished and gold and red and blue, I mean, what you did with your fat quad is dope, dude. You did what I would love to do, which is basically turn it into a Mike Buff fat quad, essentially, in my mind.
It is.
And dude,
sick.
I love it. I love it, dude. So, props to you. I think that's one of the strongest things you have right now. I was talking to Sean at Phoenix Bike Company, and I think like what I would do is, yeah, I'm listening to the dollar signs go just out of my wallet when I even say this out loud. But like, find somebody like Craig or somebody else that wants to do what I want to do, which is basically I would buy a red and a blue, swap the cap, and then have a red and blue stem and make, copy you and just do like a fat buff quad. You know what I mean? I think that would be so dope. But the stems, I mean, the stems are the stems are amazing. The seat post clamps are amazing. And you've really captured, I say this so much I'm blue in the face when I do your reviews, but I mean, the fact that you have, Curb Dog stamped on there, like it's almost like I feel a little bit more like, horn. I have to go like, this is what's going on in my mind when I'm tightening my stem bolts. I'm doing this because I'm like, I had a tough neck when I was a kid, man, and I had it for years.
Yeah.
I could literally, I have a picture over here. I don't want to bore everybody, but Craig's seen it. And after we're done recording, I'll break it out and I'll show you. You can see I had a tough neck on my bike growing up.
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up with like, in the era of like, it was like tough neck, pro neck, pretty much as if for the longest time until like, I guess the redneck came out later. So that was we converted the redneck.
And you were running those stems because at the time they were like the most robust, the sturdiest, best quality you could put on your bike. And now here we're looking, 30 years down the road or more, and we've got, like Isaac's saying, the Curb Dog stamped roughneck, from KnightBikeCo, and it's like I'm looking at that stem again. I can have that piece of my nostalgia modernized on my bike.
It's my whole childhood on one part. You know what I mean? Like
I think it props up to Drop, from Curb Dogs for letting me to use the logo. Because when I was designing, when I wanted to release that stem back then, I was like trying to decide how I wanted to, do it. I didn't want to use a generic Bulldog or just, it just wasn't, it didn't have the feel. So when I talked to him,
Fresno State,
talked to Drop one day, he said, yeah, that'd be cool because he wanted to promote, the Curb Dog, it'd be nice to get out there. And then it kind of helped, finish off the whole stem, and then it worked out. Now it's just one of those things that's
shout out to Drob and Curb Dogs, definitely.
And shout out to I called Drob one time when I was like 12 and asked him to come ride his bike at my house, and I was going to give him $5 gas money to drive from the Bay Area to Stockton. It just a fun little story.
So
I think I was 13.
George, one of the things we want to talk about, especially with the Holiday Buyers Guide,
sure,
and all the awesome stuff and parts and accessories that we just mentioned, and we haven't even talked about your soft goods. So what actually is available right now from Knight Bikes at the moment that can be possibly under the tree for Christmas 2020? And then let's go beyond that and tell us about some upcoming stuff that you have in the works, if you want,
Yeah.
of what we can, expect or be on the lookout for coming up in the future.
Well, parts wise, and I had limited a little everything right now. So it's kind of like chain rings, power disc. The C clamp's a little limited, but cause I sent a bunch over to like other, or the mail order companies. So I would say, you can try to hit those guys up. They have a lot more inventory that, I supply to them.
So where do those parts reside? So we know like PhoenixBikeCompany
Phoenix,
has a very good stock, and who else?
Planet BMX and Albies and Jimmy's Bikes down in LA starting to carry my stuff. So, and then also there's a Northern California, we have Calabasas Cyclery, my local bike shop. Rob's a cool owner, and he supports my brand. We support each other. So it's locally, you can get a couple, you check those shops out. I mean, because the stuff that I put out, like, always got to fulfill the orders, and then sometimes they sell pretty quick. Some people get frustrated. Like, why do you post it and then it's gone? I'm like, I can't control it. Sometimes I just, I make.
Well, yeah, you send out your shipment and you can't control how it flies out the window, because most of the shops you just named actually do shipping orders as well online.
Yeah.
So if you're going to Planet, if you're going to Albies, if you call Phoenix, or sure everyone that you listed, Jimmy's Bikes, they're going to be able to take care of you on a shipping as well.
Yeah.
So,
yep. All right, man. So as far as soft goods, what do you have in stock right now?
Most soft goods right now, I was just going through like a printing service. So whatever you see online, you can order it, and it just takes about, I would say, 10 to 14 days to get it.
Okay.
I don't stock the soft goods as much anymore.
It's hard, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's great though. I'm glad that you have that stuff available.
Yeah,
So it may come a couple days after Christmas, but still, man, get that KnightBikeCo t-shirt, get the hat, get all of it.
Hoodies, get the hoodies.
yeah. Do you want to shout out your the website where people can take a look at all this stuff, George? And
Oh yeah, just go to KnightBikeCo.com and just go under merch, check out soft goods, and you can see our list of then the hats, hoodies, shirts.
right, so KnightBikeCo.com is going to take you to not only look at the necks and seat post clamps and all the other bike components, but you can also look at the soft goods as well, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Excellent, dude. We appreciate you supporting Big Bike BMX from the start.
No problem.
You're a show sponsor, and we appreciate you. We appreciate beyond that, even more so, I appreciate that you are a rider. I appreciate that you go to rideouts, and I appreciate the history that you have, my friend.
Thank you.
We are so blessed to have someone like you in the bike life community that's actually making parts. And to me, it just legitimizes it. It makes it legitimate. See how I got around that?
I like it. Nice workaround, homie.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But it really just kind of makes our sport that much more legitimate. You know what I mean? That we actually have, somebody making parts that's not an afterthought. Your big bike components work on BMX parts, but like you're out there riding big bikes. It's not just I can make a couple bucks off these guys.
Yeah.
And I love that, man. I respect it. I appreciate it. And I think you will be one of those brands. It just goes down in history as like, hey man, they were there from the start. You know what I mean? Like you were here before big bikes, and you will be one of those like monumental, foundational brands that I think, people, I hope for you one day that, when we're all old, senile, and hanging out, hopefully in the same, like old folks home.
Yeah, we're not.
That we have some fat wheel wheelchairs. I hope that somebody makes a tribute like Starfighter Sprocket, because there's a kid out there right now riding a Starfighter that was like, I remember I had this as a kid, and now I can have it on whatever's riding now. So I hope you get to see that someday. That would be such a cool honor.
It'd be interesting to see the reverse.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for putting yourself out there and talking with us tonight. Craig, any last words for George? I know you guys get a ride together, and I'm kind of jealous.
Oh man, I'm just always stoked when I can hang out with George. I just want to say thank you, George, for sponsoring the show, sponsoring Isaac and I as riders for KnightBikeCo. I can't wait to ride with you again, brother, and best of luck. I don't like to say best luck, but best wishes with everything that you're doing with the company. We're so excited to be a part of it and can't wait to see what's next, brother.
I appreciate you guys too for your support and keep my brand going, and just one of the guys is just we're all like brothers as well, not just just sponsors. We're good.
100%, dude.
Friends.
Most
100%.
definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's
Merry
the
Christmas
first
to you and
thing.
your family, bro.
You too, man.
Thank you.
Happy
Yeah, we'll
holidays.
talk soon.
All right.
All right, Craig, I'm excited about this next guest, dude. I can't wait to
yeah.
hear about what they've got. You actually, when I got reacquainted with this brand when you and I did our first interview, when I interviewed you before you were part of the show, and
Right.
you were like, bro, this brand is back. And I was like, wait, what? And I remember going on my Instagram like that in that interview. I think it was like, I followed him then.
Yeah, and that's how it happened. I mean, I was actually on Instagram and started seeing all this, like these posts and things coming up with JT Racing USA. And I was like, I remember those guys. I used to have JT Racing USA stickers, anything I get my hands on back in the day. I actually really wanted a pair of their racing pants, but yeah, man, I came across it just like you.
Sick, dude. I'm excited, man. Why don't you introduce who we got today?
Oh, great. So awesome. That's what we have, or who we have in the house. What we have is JT Racing USA's top dog, the guy who's running the brand. Lewin Frazier's here with us to talk about the brand, what's out online, what's going to be available, and maybe we might even hear what's coming up in the near future with JT Racing USA. Lewin Frazier, welcome to the show, brother.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Dude, it's
yeah.
good to have you back, man.
Yeah, this is round 2. I love it. Round 1 was at the it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Right before pre-COVID. But yeah, so I'm excited to be back.
A lot
Dude,
has
and here's-
happened since then.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like Lewin is part of our show before we were even a show. Like that's how long Lewin's trusted and been like down with Big Bike BMX.
Yeah, you guys blew up.
It's kind of crazy, dude. And then I didn't get to see you at Santa Cruz, but you were out there. You had the van, you had the whole crew.
I was. It was hectic. It was listen, I connected with Tom from Santa Cruz probably about 2 months prior to that. And he and I just started talking. And I wanted to figure out a way for us to be involved in a way that wasn't cannibalizing his event, was respectful to what he had built, but in a way that paid homage to kind of the culture. And so he said, you know what? Let's do 2 things. One, let's create a cool ass vehicle that we can take there. And we work with Tom to design something that I think was a hit. And then we automatically, put our creative team, and our creative director said, you know what, let's drop some jerseys that we're only going to do at Santa Cruz. And we literally released some jerseys and some tanks at that event, and it was pandemonium. One of the jerseys that we specifically did for Tom and the Santa Cruz Maniacs, we didn't sell that one. And literally, we gave the Santa Cruz Maniacs I think we did about 20 of those, and that was it. And there were these really badass, predominantly green colored jerseys with the Born and Raised under the California Sun theme. And, we gave it to Tom and his guys. They were rocking it that day. And everybody just kept hitting us like, holy shit, where do I get that? Where do I get that? And we haven't reproduced it since, and we're going to keep it that way. But I connected with Craig that day.
Yeah.
He got there a little late because he was stuck in about 5 hours of traffic from what I heard. And
Indeed, I was.
But I missed you, Isaac. But again, that was middle of COVID. That was August 15th. The country was coming out of a lockdown, kind of, sort of. People didn't really know whether it was safe. California was still kind of, working their way through it. So, but even with that, it was like 2,000 people just having a blast, which was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to say, it was like really obvious that JT Racing was showing up on the scene that day because of the van that you were talking about, that you guys did with Santa Cruz, Ride Out, and Tom. I mean, this van comes up, JT Racing USA wrapped all around this thing. It's so badass. And then right there, it's like immediately you see the brand, you know, JT Racing USA. If you're a guy or a gal or anybody who's ridden for years and years and years, you know this brand, you know its connection to BMX, you know its connection to motocross. And it's one of those like iconic legacy brands that is immediately recognized. The greatest thing or the best thing that I think is happening is that not only is the brand recognized by the old heads or the guys who have been around a while, but now it's a part of the culture of today, and it's really showcasing and connecting the old school with what's going on right now. So it was so cool to see you, Lewin, and see the brand out there with product available for everybody who wanted to tap in and get some of that too. I mean, it was just a really good connection point for JT Racing, as well as the culture that was there.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of the year for us. So we're looking forward to doing it again and doing additional ones. But that one was epic. It was pretty badass. I have to say that.
It definitely was. So speaking of what we've got going on today, Lewin, we're doing, like Isaac said, the buyer's guide, and like I introed you with. So we want to know from you, what's going on, what's hot with JT Racing USA right now, what's online, what's available, what are you excited about?
Yeah, so for us, you know, we actually spent a lot of time talking to, you know, some of the older heads, doing our research and trying to figure out as we got into this brand, we wanted to be careful not to be those guys that come in and say, you know what, we're going to do it our way and that's it. But what we realized was this logo, this vintage logo, the classic JT, that's the one. And so we've spent a lot of time this year on researching product, the old stuff, and what is truly the core DNA of JT Racing. And so for us, for this holiday season, you know, one of the things that we wanted to do was really focus on the, you know, the traditional look of JT Racing, the traditional logo, that heritage. So everything you see on our website is for the most part focused on that. Actually, tomorrow we're releasing new line of hoodies, some sweatpants, some additional long sleeve tees that drop tomorrow that are all featuring this vintage look. And we're gonna hit that hard because it's what you talk about, right? The older generation, and when we say older, I'm not talking 80, I'm talking, you know, guys like my age in their 40s and
Sure.
around there, they know JT from back in the day, and that's the logo that they recognize. The younger generation, they don't know what this brand is about. They don't know about the 50 years of history. They don't know about all the great moments and all the great riders that have been part of the brand and part of the history. And so we want to make sure that we always have a tie-in back to that. So from a product execution, that's what we've been focusing in on. We've been very, very disciplined to stay in that lane in terms of just some core heritage-inspired products. And although it looks basic, it's what we realize is that's what people want. That is the brand. That's what we're going to feed them. Now, coming off of that, we got some things coming down the pipe that are pretty that are going to play off of that as well, and I could talk about that. But yeah, so right now for the holidays, you know, we fully restocked everything from jerseys to hoodies to long sleeve tees. We got some joggers, just a bunch of stuff that we've been rolling. It's been a great couple of weeks for us. What's interesting is we've literally been shipping every day somewhere different all over the world. Whether it's Japan, whether it's Germany, whether it's Italy, whether it's Portugal, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Mexico, you realize the demand for not just JT Racing, the brand, but for this culture is, I mean, it's so strong. I mean, this BMX thing, you know, it's truly global. And
Absolutely.
We see that with our sales.
I 100% believe it. And I think there's two things that JT has that are uncompromised is what I would say. Obviously the heritage and the loyalty of, you know, the folks that grew up on it. And then the intent or the tangible part of this is, if you get, and Craig and I talk about this all the time, but if you actually get the hoodie that you have on now, my buddy Matt Rickard sent me a picture today, and he was wearing that exact sweatshirt, that exact hoodie. And I have that hoodie, and the quality that you put in to the garments that you put your logo on is uncompromised. Like, it is, you have the ribbon around the t-shirts that has JT around it. They don't fray, they don't shrink up, they're comfortable, but that is a warm hoodie. It's not just like you went down and bought a, you know, a blank off of a warehouse and silkscreen JT on it.
Yeah.
Tell me
No.
more about the quality and what goes into your garments.
So it's funny because I've been holding on to a little nugget, a little fact for a couple of months now. And I was having a conversation with some of my partners this week. I was down in Miami for some meetings, and, you know, we're just talking about the business and everything. And I brought up a point because one of the guys noticed that our return customer rate is very, very high. Like, we have guys that bought stuff in March, bought stuff again in August, bought stuff again in October, and are buying things again right now in November. And one of the things that I have noticed, but no, it went under the radar, is our quality. You know, everyone compliments us on our quality, but the one stat, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it, but I already put it out in the atmospheres, in the universe, so I'm going to say it, is we haven't had a single return. We haven't had a single purchase that the customer has come back and says, I don't like it, I want to return it. Now, I say that, and as we speak, there's probably some guy out there in the world trying to return it, but whatever. But think about that, right? In the retail world, when you sell a garment, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a long sleeve, we've had a few cases where someone returned it for a different size. That's normal. Or exchanged it for a different size, but we haven't had a single return. And I referenced that, Isaac, as you bring up this point, because we do take a lot of pride in delivering a quality garment, and the details we put behind it are important. You know, right now, you know, sometimes we'll release things late because it just wasn't right. It wasn't done right. I love our hoodies. I mean, to me, you know, I'm a big dude. Like, I'm a hoodie guy. Like, I'm, you know, I can rock a hoodie all day. That's just my look. That's my vibe. I like to feel comfortable. You know, I like the look. And so to me, you know, I have 50 hoodies in my closet, whether it's, you know, JT Racing or University of Miami, where I went to school, right? It doesn't matter. So, you know, it's important to me because I wear our stuff. Like, I wear it every day. You know, I'll put them in the laundry, take them out, and we're good to go. So that's been the one area that we really focused in on. And I think, you know, I give credit to our creative director, our production manager, all of the guys that play a part in making sure that the finished product is what it's supposed to be.
You know, one of the things, Lewin, that I got excited about that you said earlier, talking about these hoodies, and it seems like we're all hoodie guys here. Isaac is, I am, obviously you are. You know, you made a connection with the brand and keeping the legacy attached to it. Is there anything that you can kind of hint or give us? I know this is going to air after it drops, but just for right now reference, I mean, what are some of the drops that are coming out this week? What styles are those going to be? I mean, do they take directly from prints or designs that you had or the brand had like 20 years ago or 30 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, what can you share with us about that?
No, great question. I appreciate you putting that on me. Dropping in the next week, the answer is no. but that is coming. So what we've done is we went back. I mean, JT has 50 years of patterns of prints that are there. There's two specific ones that we're already in development on that, I mean, we get hit up on DMs all the time. You got to bring that back. You got to bring that back. Like, when is that happening? And so it's not just the print that we're bringing back, but it's also the style, right? What garment is that print applied to, you know, today? So a great example are, you know, it's everything from jerseys to BMX gloves to tees, to tanks, to hoodies, to joggers, but also to pants. You know, how do you really even see BMX pants anymore like you did back in the day?
Right, you hardly do. And you know what? I got to say, not that it's not been out there. DZ had something on his page the other day with some pretty dope pants.
I'm good. I'm going to take over the screen real quick, because ever since this dropped, I've been like, yo, I got to get a pair. I got to get. So I want to know about, okay, well, while I'm on your page, there's some shorts that I was eyeballing.
Yeah.
You posted on I think it was in a promo. I got served up a promo, and I'm like, what's up with them shorts? Here we go. These shorts right here.
Yeah, that's in the works. Those should be out, if not by Sunday, by Monday on the site. So those are just some very basic JT Speed shorts. A couple of the guys have them already. I sent some to D Blocks. I've sent some to DZ. I've sent some to a couple of, I think Jacob has a pair. I'm pretty sure I sent Jacob some, but yeah. So we have a couple out there that we've put out there, but we're going to release those on the site, those shorts. They're going to be coming up early, if not this weekend, early by Monday, I believe they'll be out.
What about the pants?
So the pants is a longer product. Go back to Paul. Gotta get that right. You cannot bring back something like that as iconic as those pants.
Yep. And
do it wrong. So that's already, you know, that's one of the classic prints. There's a couple of others that we, you know, I have a full like lookbook on this additional print that we've done, that it's going to be, I mean, it's going to blow people away. Now, the interesting thing about that is we're releasing it first. Those first garments are going to get released first in China. We did a deal where we're doing some distribution and some sales in China. And they're going to release first there, only because of timing of when they're going to be done and everything. But, you know, by the end of January, you guys are going to start to see some of the true retro vintage looks, patterns, garments. It's going to be insane. It's going to feel like 1980s, 1990s BMX. But what's crazy is we've already done a couple photo shoots with some of the samples, and you get a guy like DZ, like, holy crap, I love this stuff. This is amazing. I'm like, well, welcome to the 80s, you know, welcome to the 90s. That's what it was. So the younger generation they're going to flip out because they're going to love it. Obviously, guys like us, we're going to look at this stuff and like, okay, that's what BMX was, you know, in its glory days. And that's what we're focused in on. So, you know, our creative director, they're taking these things and they're looking at it, and it's like, why would we recreate the wheel? Like, there's no need to recreate the wheel. We got so many amazing assets that we want to tap into, and that's the goal. So from a buying perspective, you know, if you look at our personal buyer's guide right now, we're going to hit everyone with some core stuff, some shorts, all this stuff, the hoodies, different colorways and things like that. In the next, obviously this month, 30 days after that, we're going to start to tease some additional collections that are just going to be a complete throwback to where we were. And you're going to see it in two phases. You're going to see it January, February, and March, and then probably into April, and then summer is when we got the next one lined up. So there's going to be two back-to-back right now, a winter and spring, and then a spring summer that are gonna, I think it's going to be an atomic bomb, because again, we can do that because we have that. So we're excited about it. And
I've
you
waited
can-
I've waited my whole life.
Don't worry.
I've waited my whole life to get a pair of JT leathers because I couldn't afford them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now I'm
exactly.
like, I'm over here like this, like, man, it's coming.
Yeah, we're sitting here drooling over those pants, and
I know the ones you want,
it-
Craig. I know exactly the ones you want.
you know,
posted
don't
a-
you?
You posted a picture of them, Mike Miranda. I'll just say
That's
Mike
it.
Miranda.
Yep.
Hollywood.
Hollywood Mike Miranda showed them off too. I want those definitely. I'm thinking about flying to China.
No. Don't worry about that. By the time they roll out in China, we'll have samples here. We're going to start to see them, and it's going to be insane. You know that JT logo in the rear of the pants. Like, you look at all these amazing images. The logo was placed where? Right at the knee,
Yep.
and in the back and the rear by the seat, right on the pants. Like, that's standard. And so, we want to bring all that stuff back, and we're in the works on all that stuff. So I'm not going to share which prints, which patterns, but it's definitely some stuff we're working on.
Well, it's exciting, and we're definitely hyped on what's coming out. We always have been. We're always waiting for the next drop. We're always waiting to see what you come up with. So kudos to all your design team and the executives and yourself for bringing this up, Lewin. And we're super stoked that you've been here with us tonight. I think everybody's going to see this and be like drooling and waiting and anticipating, the drops that you have coming up. I know Isaac and I are, because we're always like, what's next? We saw those pants from DZ. We saw the shorts and shirt combo come out. So JTRacingusa.com is where they can find what's currently on the site. Obviously, look for the new drops that are going to be coming out this week or within 30 days, then another 30 days. It seems like an endless train of radness that's going to be out with JT Racing USA.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Lewin, I thank you for taking on this brand. Thank you for being true to the brand. Thank you for, being one of us, thinking like us, and just doing what you do, man. It makes me so excited. And I'm going to give a plug personally for the I think it's called the Heritage hoodie.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorites. I was wearing and no bullshit, I was wearing the primetime hoodie today, all day long, all day today. Loved it. It's absolutely phenomenal quality. You can't beat it, and they're soft and they're just good stuff, you guys. So check out JT Racing.
One in gray and black and blue, that same Heritage hoodie, that'll be on the site this weekend. So
Awesome.
that's our number one seller. People eat it up, man.
It's just there. It's comfortable, and the one I have is yellow, like the one you're wearing right now, and it is so bright. I have a video where you'll see me wearing it. I'm learning with RL Osborn. I'm following along with RL, doing some rock walks, and the first day that I was practicing, I was wearing that hoodie, and it is so bright that it like melts your eyes when you see the video footage of like how bright and how much that hoodie stands out even after I've watched it a gazillion times.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, same thing here. I'll give you guys a quick 30-second story that you mentioned, RL.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with the head of this company that we're doing. He owns a badass brand. We're going to do a collaboration with them on some stuff. And we're doing a Zoom that was supposed to be like a 20-minute Zoom, turned into an hour and 45 minutes because I didn't realize this, but he was a huge JT Racing fan. And he literally starts pulling magazine covers out of his cabinets, and hell, check out this cover. I've had this since '83, since '89, since '95. The BMX magazines and all that. He's showing me jerseys, pants. He's showing us gloves that he's owned for 35 years. He's like, I've had these gloves for 35, 40 years. This is my most prized possession. Then he shows me the wall. He goes, I have one painting on my wall. I don't have anything on my walls. And it's an image of R.L. Osborn in just midair doing a tabletop, just a badass pose. He goes, this is the only thing I have on my wall. And he's wearing JT. He goes, you guys don't understand him and Mike Buff are my two heroes growing up. Like, those are my two guys. Like, him and Mike were my two heroes. And he goes, that's the only picture I have up on my wall. He panned the camera around, and literally that's all it was. So, you know, it's pretty cool when you get those little moments like that, because it's like, man, big responsibility that we're sitting on, but damn it, it's fun, man. I love it.
It is fun, man. Lewin, thank you so much for showing up with us tonight, sitting down, telling us what's going on with you and with JT Racing. Man, we appreciate your time. Everybody out there, check out JTRacingusa.com. Get yourself some of this stuff we're talking about. You're not going to be disappointed at all. And it's going to make you look pretty hyped too while you're out there. So Lewin, thanks again. Isaac, thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. It's Etnies BMX Craig. I'm here at Robbie's Bikes in Stockton, California. Let's go inside and take a look and get this holiday buyer's guide ready and going. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Bike BMX. I'm Etnies BMX Craig, and I'm here at Robbie's Bicycles in Stockton, California. My guest today is Danny Morris. He's hanging out here at the bike shop. He pretty much runs the show down here, and we are going to get into what you can expect from your local bike shop and what's available here at Robbie's for this holiday season for the Buyer's Guide episode. Welcome, Danny, to the show.
Thanks, Craig. What's up, everybody?
So, Danny, what's going on with Robbie's Bikes? What do you guys got going on for the holiday season? What are your big hitters? What are things that are not going to be available this year?
Not going to be available, a lot of big BMX bikes. But we're trying to jam the place full of things to accessorize your BMX bike. So trying to jam the place full of, you know, seats, sprockets, stems, all the goodies that go on them. That's your best way to get in here.
And that
check
seems to be like a very common theme going on with bike shops all across the country. The bikes are hard to get. I mean, bikes are out of stock in virtually every bike shop, every online store that's out there. So it's one of those things is that hit and miss for you guys? Are you just getting shipments randomly, or is it something that you've got orders in, but they just haven't arrived because of things that are delaying it, like COVID, like the holiday season?
A little bit of everything. So of course we have orders in because we want to sell bikes. So we have hundreds of bikes on back order, but we do get them just sporadically, whether it be 2 bikes here, 3 bikes here, but nothing substantial. And when they do come in, they're immediately gone.
Right. So, I mean, folks, you can understand that that's a very common theme. Robbie's Bikes is no exception to that, although they do have a pretty incredible stock of most anything and everything that you need down here, all the parts, all the accessories and tools that go with the bikes that you guys ride, with the 29ers down to the 20-inchers, mountain bikes, road bikes, and everything else that'll fit you just perfect for your biking needs. We're going to take a look around. I'm going to show you guys a few things that's going on here at Robbie's Bikes in Stockton, and Danny's going to help me out, and we're going to get some things done for my bike today. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But anyways, so Danny, as far as like what's going on at Robbie's, you have a lot of parts, a lot of accessories. Do you guys ship online at all, or is that something that you kind of stay away from?
Haven't really got into it yet. We're busy enough as it is here. Without trying to hire an extra person to do that, I have to wear all these hats that would support the shipping online. So I'm busy enough trying to just keep this store stocked, let alone trying to ship out. In some occasions I can, but it's not part of our main business now.
Okay. And again, another common theme, you got to check with your local bike shop. If you find a retailer online or a bike shop online that can help you guys out with parts that you need from across the country or across the state or out of town, check with your local bike shop, give them a call, ask them if they ship. If you find parts or a bike that you want, they may or may not have the capability or the time to ship those things out to you. So just check with your local bike shop as you're searching. As Danny said, bikes are really scarce right now. It's hard to get a hold of these bikes. It's hard for them to get bikes in the shop. So when they do, they go really quick. I've said it before on the show, once you do call your bike shop, even if they don't have it, tell them what you're looking for. Tell them what you guys have your eye on, and ask them if they are expecting a shipment or if you can put a deposit down, if they allow that. Some bike shops do, some bike shops don't. So that's something you got to work out with the bike shop, work out with the bike shop manager, and try to go from there. Okay, so don't give up, you guys. Keep your eyes out.
just please support your local bike shops like Robbie's here in Stockton.
Craig, man, this
Yo.
we're gonna wrap up the buyer's guide 2020 with a fucking bang, dude. Like
Saving
I
the
am
best
so
for last,
psyched.
homie.
I am so psyched about this because I'm gonna give you a preview. I got my order in the mail today from the man El Cid, and I am so stoked, dude, because and I like there's a couple things I want to show off, but Craig, I know, and it's your fault, dude, because like you came back from a ride out and you had all this RL swag, and I'm like, God damn it.
I had a t-shirt.
Craig has it all.
I had the same t-shirt. Yeah, yeah, man, you gotta get out of the cave next year, man. We'll pull you out and you get some shirts too.
I can't wait, dude. So with no more with no further ado, I don't even know what that means, but I hear a lot of people say no without further ado. I don't know, that might be French, but anyway, we're gonna pass it over to your friend RL and Dylan Osborn. Now, if you guys have been watching YouTube, you know exactly who these two gentlemen are. It's RL and his son, and they are making big waves on YouTube and in the freestyle scene because RL's back, and it's so much fun watching RL relearn freestyle. But I'm having just as much fun watching Dylan learn freestyle and wheelies on 20-inch and fat bikes, just like his dad is relearning. Dude, it's probably the coolest thing in the world to watch you guys. But welcome to the show, RL and Dylan.
Thank you guys. Thanks
Yeah,
for
we
having
appreciate
us.
you guys having us.
Yeah, dude. So we're heading into Christmas 2020. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, dude, we're excited.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And I am a big fan of your product. So in fact, hold on. I'm gonna show everyone how extra RL is. If you order a shirt from Big Bike BMX, it's gonna come in
a Ziploc.
whatever bags were the cheapest bags I could get on Amazon. And then inside of that, my shirt, I thought I was being extra because I folded up my shirts and put them in a clear like plastic bag. But then today, not only was the Mylar mailer bag have an RL logo, it's like got a Ziploc, a reusable Ziploc thing here. I couldn't even throw it away. I kept it and hung it on my wall. It's got like the model, the size, and then it's got RL's logo on the bag. This is what the shirt came in, you guys. So you're making us all look bad with your swag delivery.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. It's amazing. But let's talk about what you got.
That was all Dylan. I'm like, dude, we got to get these shirts out, man. Everybody's like starting to get a little angry, you know? And he's like, wait. And he got this whole, like, he did that whole thing, everything, all that stuff that comes in that, the padding and everything. That was all him.
Yeah.
Good job, Dylan.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you go to school for this?
No, I didn't. I studied business actually in school, but I've kind of always had a passion just for design and, you know, working on the computer and stuff. So once we started this, I was kind of like, all right, let's do it, you know, as good as we could or like as high end as we could. And that's what we went for.
Monterey Junior Colleges, Dylan Osborn, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Love it.
No, I got to give you kudos, Dylan, because I mean, I want to know just right out of the gate who came up with the design. How did these make it to production? How did you choose the photo and everything else with it? Because not only do the shirts represent your brand, but this is the logo that we see on your videos on YouTube. Everything kind of seems to be seamless and cohesive, and it's a good look, man. And we're stoked on it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, what was really cool is we kind of used the community, or not used, but we kind of asked everyone, you know, what do you guys think? What do you want to see? I came up with a few different mock-ups and posted those, and we got the feedback from everyone and then went from there, really. This is pretty much our first design. So we went for the RL Osborn signature, and I was trying to keep it consistent to, like, you know, the old kind of like autograph that he does back in the day. And the look back it seemed to be one of the more iconic photos that everyone's been really into. So that was kind of the idea behind that one.
Yeah. It's, you know, the coolest thing about it is, you know, we believe that the people that we talk to online, I mean, they're all our friends, you know, it's just such a good community, but they're kind of why we're here,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I mean, they buy the bikes, they watch us, they have opinions, they ride. I mean, I just think it's time to kind of acknowledge and say that, hey man, you guys are as much of this sport as we are. So we all the ideas, it's really cool, man. And they love it, which is great. We post everything and they give us ideas back. And the funny thing is they're not little kids anymore, like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They're grown men and they're sharp, man. They give us ideas that we forget about all the time. It's really cool.
Yeah. It is hard though, as like a designer, because you always have like this idea or this image in your head of what you think is going to be really badass or whatever. And then I'll post that and they'll be like, I kind of like just like, this one better and stuff. So it's like, it was hard at first, but once you get used to it, it's kind of cool. Cause it's like, hey, like, tell me what you guys want so we can give you exactly what you guys are looking for.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the best things about, or at least that I like about the designs and everything, is that you give it back to the people that are supporting you, who are part of the community, to say, hey, what do you guys like? Because although we're not the same kid that we were, 30 years ago, we actually are. And so, I told Isaac the other day, I'm like, my 14-year-old inner self is sometimes on display as my 47-year-old self, you know?
Yeah.
And it really brings it home that you guys are putting out merchandise that people who are really into BMX from back in the day can get a shirt, or can get a sticker set or a mask or something with your logo on it. They feel like they're recapturing some of their past, their history, the legacy with RL and the brand. So it comes full circle, and it's really dope, and it's super rad that this is now part of BMX again, So kudos to you guys for that.
Thank you. Yeah. And I was actually, when I was working on the designs, I talked to Mike Buff on the phone a few times just for like feedback on like what he went through when he first started doing this. And the biggest thing he said was, these guys are trying to relive memories or like cool things from the past that they still think about all the time. And so that's what we're kind of trying to go with these shirts and stuff. Is it's not as much just like slapping a logo or a picture onto a shirt. It's more like, trying to bring back the feelings of that era type of thing,
100%, dude. Like when I saw one, okay, so I'm one of those people that voted for the look back shirt when you posted them up, because you did. You posted it up, you're like, what shirts do you guys want? Well, we're going to make some shirts.
Yeah.
And so then, dude, when it drops, I feel even more obligated to buy one, because I'm like, I'm part of it now. You know what I mean? Like that's he made that for me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not like, this is not a scheme. It's a bond that we have with everybody. It's just like a community, we always say the community. I don't know if that does it justice, but it's just everybody sharing ideas, and you learn so much that way.
Yeah.
And then everybody, I don't know, it's just seems good that way. I don't know why, but it is.
It's you're right though. It's a good vibe, because the original post was like, hey, I want to make some shirts, but I don't know which ones to make. Like, what do you guys want? And it was so cool the way you phrased it. You're like, man, if you guys happen to want some shirts with my picture on them, which ones would you want? We're like, and it was just like, and I got excited, and I scrolled through every one of those pictures, and I'm like, I commented on the one. I was like, this one, and I was like, this is my favorite, followed up by the Endo. And man, as soon as they became available, I was like, dude, gotta get one, because
what a cool way to do it is to put it out to everyone to go, well, what do you guys like? So then there's buy-in as far as like, hey, we chose this shirt and now this is being made. So we kind of, like you said, feel like we're a part of this, man. I mean, it doesn't get tighter than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better too. Instead of us just going, here's what we're offering, it's like, it's constantly a thing we do with everybody. And I mean, we met another artist, Shay Snow. My tongue was tied. And I've been talking to him for like 5 months. And he's a musician. He's scary talented. I mean, scary talented. He's so good. And
you guys have seen stuff. We posted some of his work, and we've included, he's in a band, the Driftwood Ramblers. We've been putting their music in our videos, but he's kind of become like I would say our artist or our designer for our graphics now, which is really cool. And he's coming out with some badass stuff for our next line of clothing, which is it's not going to be here in time for the holidays. It's going to be right afterwards, but it's definitely gonna be worth it, worth the wait.
Is there
where
anything- Go ahead, Isaac.
what's the website? Where do you go to get RL merch?
So it's just rlosborn.com.
Okay, and then
and surprisingly, a lot of people think Osborn has an E at the end, but there is not.
I to be honest with you, I'm that guy that always second guesses it too.
Yeah,
I always
yeah. Sometimes we get the OURN,
Yeah.
but yeah.
someone gets bougie.
Trying to get fancy with it.
Osborn.
Yeah.
Right. OSBORN.
What so can you what products do you have right now that people can buy? What's available right now?
Yeah, so right with this first drop we did, this was our very first release of merchandise, but we kept it to a shirt, 2 different shirts. So RL's wearing one of them. This is the look back, which you guys have on as well. And then we have the Peace Endo shirt, which I don't have with me right now. And to be honest, we only have about 10 shirts left total for all together, because those just sold really fast. And we're only doing kind of like limited releases of everything. We're not gonna keep reordering once it goes out of stock. So it's like once we're out, we're out. But we also got masks, which did I end up sending you one, Isaac?
You did. And if you don't show my favorite part of the mask, then I am going to go get mine and show you why I like your mask.
The two straps.
It's the 2 straps, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Really?
it's a little more. And then what's cool too is it has like the metal bar at the top for your nose or whatever. But yeah, so we got the mask, and then we got stickers as well, which I brought some of them down with me. But we got the El Cid. We got a couple holographic stickers like the look back, and then the cyborg. And then we probably have about 10 different stickers out right now. It's just a couple. And that's pretty much it, right? For right now, we have the shirts, stickers, and the mask.
Do you guys still have, so you showed the stickers individually, which you're selling, but I actually got the sticker pack.
Yes.
Is that still available too?
Yes, that is. And that we actually have a sale going on right now for the holidays. It's 30% off the shirts and the stickers, which includes the sticker packs. And then we're doing 50% off the masks. So, and that'll be good through the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, so there's deals to be had. You guys,
Yep.
what I think is really cool is, you're doing limited runs. Once they're gone, they're pretty much gone, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So tell me, you have some ideas coming up. You said you were working with a new designer, a new graphic artist, or whatever that person's doing. Can you give us any insight to what's actually coming up, or is that kind of top secret right now?
Yeah, go for it.
So Shay Snow is an artist. I mean, he paints birds. He has a picture of aliens flipping everybody off. And I asked him about it, and he gave me the story about the aliens. He said the aliens take that as a sign of gesture. So if you flip off an alien, they're going to think that you like them.
I think that's for
man.
Rick and Morty.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I don't watch Rick and Morty, but
then he also does like artwork for like medical textbooks and stuff like that as well. So like he's also a professional artist that he gets hired for, doing work and stuff, which is cool.
yeah, but he did that skeleton with the sparkler. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was nuts. So I've been trying to figure out the graphics for this bike, and Shay goes, call me. I'm like, I don't want to, you're already loaded up. And he goes, no, call me. In 2 hours, he sends me this thing back, and I'm like, that's it, man. That's it right there. It was the best setup I've ever seen for the general, but I've spent the last 3 days, and he has 2, calling all these painters and rappers and everybody else on how do we pull this off, man. It's difficult. It's going to be difficult, but man, he's just got an eye for it, because he's been riding forever, so he's really into it. But
he's also helping us with our new designs for the clothing, our next clothing.
You can tell him about that shirt.
Yeah.
Fire shirt.
So we're doing like a theme, not a theme, but we're just gonna release all kind of related stuff for our next release. And that's actually gonna include t-shirt. We're gonna do a zip up hoodie. We're including a beanie. And then we're also gonna do a couple of stickers with that. But we're taking one of the fire hoop images of my dad, and we've posted it online a few times, so I'm sure you've seen it, but he's done like his own, it's, I think, airbrush, essentially the style that he's doing, but his own rendition of it. And it's really sick.
Yeah,
That's
the
dope.
fire hoop is incredible. Like I actually zoomed in on it because you guys showed different stages of the process. I
Yeah.
zoomed in, and the detail at the most zoomed in level, I'm like, this is incredible. This is like so like
Do
precise.
you look at the chain? Do you see the chain?
I
chain
did.
It's perfect, and he did every link by hand.
Yeah.
Every
That's
single link. It's like, oh my
crazy.
god.
Yeah, he's insanely detailed and just really talented. So we're gonna have a shirt and a hoodie with that, a zip up hoodie with that graphic. And then we're gonna have a few different stickers that, pull things from that overall image. He also did, so like we took the old school signature of my dad's, and he kind of, to go with the theme, he made like just kind of like a fire outline or background around it, kind of similar to like the back image. And so that's what we'll be using for like the front of the shirts, as well as for the beanies. It's going to be like an embroidery across the front. So yeah, Craig looks stoked on that.
I'm so stoked.
I'm going to show you. You didn't show like one thing about this mask, and so Dylan, I'm going to show off why I think this mask is dope. Okay, so
there
you've got the metal that goes over. You got the metal that goes over, but it wraps around. Look, and it doesn't fall off of my beard.
Yeah,
it's like magic, dude. So every mask that I try and wear now, by the time I talk, my beard hangs out the bottom of it, dude. So I've got like this, like it's like I look like the dude from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And so, dude, this makes it so easy to just wear it, and it doesn't get gnarly on my beard. So
yeah,
props to you guys for figuring that out.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So it's not just stylish; it functions.
He when he was doing it, when he does a design, he calls me up and he's like, if we're looking at a certain picture, where was this at? What were you doing? What were you thinking? And I'm like, I don't understand what it has to do with the picture that you're making, but he wants to get a feel for it, right? And then on the fire hoop, he goes, "Hey, what color are your eyes?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure." And I don't know if they're hazel or brown or blue.
Yeah, I'm married.
And I'm like, man, I didn't want to get up and have to go all the way to the bathroom.
Oh my God.
But he asked me that, right? He asked me what color my eyes were. And I'm like, man, that's detail.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody ask me that before.
Yeah, and I mean, if you guys like this first round of shirts, think these compared to the next ones, it's going to be night and day. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's exciting. I mean, to hear everything's, there's more coming. People can get excited because obviously these are super cool. And knowing that there's another round coming, that's where it's at. For me, it's like, I want to see what's up next. The graphic and everything that you guys are working on, just hearing the people that you have involved with makes it even crazier that I'm thinking about like what's dropping next from you guys.
Yeah.
One of the things that I know you guys are involved with, and we were talking with John Pova recently to be on our show for this buyer's guide. Unfortunately, tonight he couldn't make it, had to work late, but he definitely, supports the show. I know he supports you, and I just wanted to really quick get your feedback, like with Etnies BMX and Etnies shoes, like how are things going? How are the shoes doing? Are you guys still, thrashing on them and riding them every day? What's going on with Etnies?
That's all I wear. I mean, my riding, this sounds like such a bullshit line, but it's the absolute truth. My riding improved when I put on those shoes because they got more stiffness, just enough stiffness to give you more support. So rolling tricks, a little more balance, and they don't look goofy either. I don't like high top shoes because they clip that bone down there. And these ones are perfect. Give me support. There's protection. They're just great shoes.
Now you guys, and RL, and Dylan as well, you guys have done episodes where you've showcased the Etnies shoes. And because of that, with John Pova's support, I think I got the same, it's hard to see here because I have a background going.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I got the same shoe as you. There we go. And on the bottom of that shoe is the Michelin tire thing. And I thought, well, what's that about? Dude, let me tell you something. And I've worn Vans since 1979 predominantly. These shoes seem to have such a like non-destructible sole to them. And the lip of that and the front with the support here and the protection here, because I'm always jamming my toes, right?
Yes.
And
we were just talking about that.
Yeah, and with Vans, and I'm not putting Vans down. I know them because I've worn them so long. My toes are exposed to my own thrashing, you know, but it just seems like these are definitely made kind of like for us, you know, and BMXers, skaters, anybody who's going to be pounding hard on their feet.
Yeah.
It's a great shoe.
Is that the Marana?
This is the Marana. And it's like RL says, I asked for these specifically because RL and you were wearing them and had such high praises for them. The tongue that's padded around the ankle, it goes under your ankle bone, so it's not jamming it. So yeah, man, I'm stoked with these, and I wouldn't say it just because I got a pair of shoes from Etnies. I ride these every day.
I'm riding mine. That's all I wear when I ride as well. I actually have the Score, I think it's called, but it's pretty much the same setup as the Murano in terms of like the Michelin sole. And I mean, especially with like the fat quad and the metal pedals, it's like if I'm wearing my normal like trainers on there, after a while I can feel like the spikes coming into the bottom of my foot. With the with that Michelin sole, it's like that doesn't happen. It's almost like you just have like this little cushion under your feet, which is really nice.
I agree. Like I too, I'm a longtime Vans guy. Just because I was comfortable, I grew up on them. And I did the same thing. I have some Etnies, and John's going to kill me because these are actually muddy because it rained in Phoenix today and I was outside. But the thing that I like about them is how thick.
Yes.
I'm trying to get it right here. Like this part of the shoe is, I mean, that's, if I pull my hand out, it's this thick, you guys. And it's all padding around the ankle. And so if I have like a misfire, if I have a misfire on like a tail whip or something like that, and I have to jump off of the top tube because I'm coming down at a weird angle, I like in Vans, I'll be honest, like in Vans, not to dog Vans or anything, but like your peg, your pedals, all that stuff is just going to hit. For some reason, my ankles are a magnet for whatever's sticking off of my bike. And so with that big padding piece around, it goes around the bottom of your ankle from the where you tie all the way around. It's puffy, and dude, they're just comfortable shoes. Like Vans are like, they're not comfortable. We just wore them because they look dope. You know what I mean? But as I get older in life,
I know, right?
I put a little bit of a premium on my foot comfort, to be real honest with you.
Yeah, dude, I've been wearing Vans so long, Isaac, that it's like I didn't really want to try other shoes. With Etnies supporting our show and us, it was like, oh, this should be cool. I you know what? And I was skeptical right out of the gate. Like, I don't know, are these skater shoes? Are these bike?
Yes, he really was. He was like, man, I don't know, dude. I'm a Vans guy. All I wear is Vans.
I mean, I'm like hardcore brand loyal to Vans, and I put these on and I have not taken them off. I haven't even worn a pair of Vans out of my closet. And like you said, not to dog Vans, because I definitely love Vans. I love riding with these shoes. So
100%, dude. Like I forgot how like you don't, after a while you're like, oh, this is what shoes feel like. You know what I mean? You're like, whatever. My feet hurt because I'm old. You know, and then you wear these and you're like, huh. And I had the same thing, dude. Like Etnies replied to one of my stories, and I was like, hey, you know what, you guys? I had a pair of Etnies for 10 years that didn't wear out. And the only reason I don't own them now is because the bottom of it got so brittle from like being old. In Arizona, we have zero humidity and it's 150 degrees out in the summer. So the sole of it just got brittle after 10 years. Wow. And Bren was like, I was starting to slide because it was starting to get like it was real hard and chunky, and I would slide on like sidewalk. And Bren goes, you're going to break your neck. You got to get rid of your shoes. I'm like, never. And so she threw them away one day when I was at work. She threw them away. I was like, what happened? She's like, the dog got them. And the kids, the dog got him, and I was like, oh, okay. And then my kids ratted her out. They're like, she threw him away, Dad. The dog didn't get him. I was like, all right. So I told yeah, right. I told John, and he's like, dude, he's like, he goes, I'm gonna send you a pair of shoes. What, which ones do you want? And the ones I have were basically the like a repop of those ones that I had in my 20s,
cool. That's awesome.
And so he, it's just funny because he's like, dude, hit me up if ever you need, a new pair of shoes or whatever. And I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you in 10 years.
Yeah.
They don't wear out. They hold up. They're solid.
Yeah.
I love Etnies.
Yeah, that's my first pair of riding shoes, or shoes that are specific for riding. And I mean, I've been riding in them almost every day for probably the last 4 months, and they still are holding together like they're brand new. Like there's not really any wear or damage to them. So it's really cool.
You don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I know. I just realized when he said that, usually you put on your shoes and you got a new tear in there, or there's a chunk out of the bottom or something, and they're just the same. They look just like they did when I first got them.
Yep.
There's no wear marks or nothing. I wanted to, I got to go back into the catalog, but I want, how when you put your foot in the forks for a tail whip, you can jam your foot in there, and on the Fat Ripper, you got even more space. And then there's a few areas. I just want the toe to be a little stiffer, so it's covered back a little farther, and a little more around the outside just for the really hard hits,
Yep.
But yesterday we were riding, and I went over the front of the bike, and I slapped my heel on the ground, and I'm like, oh man, bruised heel is so irritating, right? Because every time you walk, and nothing happened. I thought for sure I screwed up my heel. Nothing.
I think
That's
if John's
crazy.
listening to an RL signature shoe with Etnies with what he just said would be pretty fitting, right, Isaac? I mean, you got to go.
I'd rock an RL shoe. I
would totally rock an RL shoe.
That'd be sick.
I'd wear an Isaac shoe though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly geeking out.
Yeah.
Geeking out, dude. Yeah.
Where's my shirt, Isaac?
Dude, right here. So you guys, I'm gonna bring it down. Hold on.
Oh, hell yeah.
So here we go.
That's
There it is.
Geeking out, man.
Yeah, dude. Like so talking about tail whips, dude. When you do tail whips, do you put are you a toe in the fork, or do you put your foot sideways in the fork?
I jam my like the side of my foot into the fork.
Yeah. Okay. That's the way I do it too. But it's almost like it's the top. It's like if this is my foot, it's like the top, kind of like at a at a 45-degree angle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to rip my toenail off, so I turn it sideways.
No, dude.
Nope.
Especially on a fat, like on the fat bikes, dude, because it'll suck your toe right up in there, dude, like a wood chipper. Just blink.
Yeah, right. Because there's a lot of space, right?
Yeah, and then you're locked in like that. When you're doing those G turns, dude, when you were like, or you're doing those rock walks, and you got your foot, your pant leg in the sprocket, and you can't get out. Yeah, that'll happen to your foot, dude, because it'll suck your foot right in that fork, dude. And you're like, oh shit.
Wait, you caught your pant leg in your sprocket?
You did. That was you.
Oh, I know. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's the dumbest looking crash you can possibly do, man. You're like a statue falling over. But I just was wondering if you happen to do it, because then I wouldn't feel so bad. But
no, I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. Well, I haven't done it in my 40s. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Man,
Yeah,
I got this little Velcro strap finally. After doing it twice, I'm like, that's it, man. I got this little strap, and I don't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, dude, peg your pants, bro. You remember what it was like? Fold it over.
I was stuffing them in my I was putting them in my sock, and it was like, I don't know. It looked really bad.
If only we had some type of shin guard that we could wear over our clothes.
Man, it seems like I've heard of that or seen that one before, Isaac.
I've seen something like it in the past.
Someone should come up with something.
Someone was really smart and thought about it.
Who would that be?
Got it made.
Isaac.
Dude,
so listen, guys, we definitely appreciate you being part of the Buyer's Guide episode tonight, man. Any last words, anything that you guys want to talk about or bring up? Now's your time. You can.
I would just say check out the holiday sale while we still have some of these shirts left, but more importantly, stay tuned for shortly after the holidays, because that's when the new stuff will be dropping.
Cool. And is there a code? Is there a code for that, or is it just everything?
No, it's just automatic. for the.
Thank you for that. Thank you for not making me have to like remember something, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Isaac, we got to get on a ride with me, you, Dylan, and Craig. All four of us.
We do. No, 100% we do. Yeah. In fact, I was thinking like we'll do something like you and the family, Craig the family, me and my family, and Buff.
That'd
Like
be
let's just all go down. Like we'll crash at Buff's house. We won't even tell him we're coming. We'll
Yeah.
just like show up, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and like,
Yeah, he'll be happy.
yeah.
How far are you from Sedona? Sedona.
Sedona is about 45 minutes away.
Because I saw some cool trails there.
Oh, there's dude. Sedona looks like it's another planet.
Yeah.
The
it looks
Sedona, dude, is such a trip. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll talk about it here soon. I'll tell you all about Sedona. A lot of weirdos out there. You know what I mean?
Oh, perfect. Yeah. We're gonna
There's
fit
a
in
lot
just
of there's a
fine.
lot of weirdos out there. But yeah, dude. So thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. We appreciate you. Thanks for spending a little bit of your holiday evening with us. Please tell your family, your wife, Merry Christmas, and all your siblings, Dylan.
Will do.
From our family to yours. Thanks for coming on. Craig, why don't you wrap up the entire holiday?
And thanks for
Buyers
having us on too. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and Merry Christmas to your families as well.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate that, you guys. Always a pleasure to have you here, RL, Dylan, Osborn. If you guys haven't done so yet, which I don't know who would it be, but head to YouTube, check out RL and Dylan going crazy, geeking out on their bikes, doing all kinds of awesome, rad freestyling at RL Osborn Freestyle BMX, or maybe, yeah, I think that's it. But just
BMX freestyle, but
BMX freestyle. Thank you for that, Dylan. Anyways, everybody, we are so stoked that you came and check out the holiday buyer's guide with Isaac and myself and all of our great guests that we've had here. We can't thank you enough for showing up. Hopefully you found something with all these great guests that we have that you can go online, see what they've got going on, buy some of this stuff, support the people who support us, support the people who are in, like RL said, our BMX community, if you want to call it that. It's just a good vibe. It's a good feeling, and it gives back to what we do and who we are. Isaac, thank you for being here. I had fun. I hope you had fun, my brother. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone. And thanks again for showing up.
Ba-ba-da-ba.